and streaming online at sasportstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it is your yearly reminder that the Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable team in sports. Sportico dropped their annual NFL valuations. The Cowboys came in at a whopping $15.5 billion. That's up 21% from 2025. Cowboys' estimated operating profits from 2025 were $510 million. No other NFL team had profits over $255 million.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday afternoon, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and you having a good hump day, Minix?
It's a day that ends in Y. Of course I'm having a great day. Here we go. I mean, look, today's been a day about dollars that I don't even know if I could actually spell them out if I needed to with the right amount of zeros, right?
Monopoly money.
Well, it feels that way. The Lakers get sold for $12.5 billion. The Cowboys, they're worth $15.5 billion. Does that make sense?
No, well,
I mean, and look,
I thought Cowboys would be worth more than that, to be totally honest with you.
Worth more, valued at, right?
Yeah.
If Jerry were to sell the Cowboys, if Jerry were to sell the Cowboys, what do you think?
20 billion?
25?
Maybe.
30?
Yeah.
I mean, valuation and what somebody is willing to pay for are 2 very different things. But you would just think on the surface that, all right, Lakers sold for 12, the Cowboys should be worth more than that. But, I mean, you look at it, and again, Sportico puts together these valuations. I don't know. I mean, Forbes will drop their list, and, you know, it's all money that most of us have no idea what it's like to even have or fathom. But, you know, and then you hear, well, this Lakers deal, you know, Sunday night, dude called over and said, you know, we're talking about that expansion team in Vegas, but if that's going to be 12.5, why don't we buy one that's already known? Let's see if the Lakers will sell for $12.5 billion.
Well, and arguably the most iconic franchise in the NBA. And when you're looking at it, you could talk about the New York Knicks, you could talk about the LA Lakers, and I'm not sure they're any bigger in the NBA than those 2 franchises. So I guess I get it. That's a hell of a lot of money. And the dude that sold, you know, made, what, $2.5 billion in a period of about, 16 months?
I mean, not even. From when he agreed to buy it, and who knows when money changes accounts with stuff like that. But the NBA formally approved him in October. That was 9 months ago.
That's a hell of a ROI.
$2.5 billion in less than a year. I mean, sports is big business.
It is.
But good night, is that crazy? And I just wonder, like, he brought all kinds of people over from the Dodgers. Do they still have a job? You know, Bob Iger is 75 years old. Dude retired from Disney. What are you going to go enjoy retirement? I'll just buy the Lakers.
Dude, when you got all that money sitting in your bank and you're thinking, man, you know, I want to do something. I'm bored. I'll just go buy the Lakers for $12.5 billion.
You're 75 years old.
That's not old.
All right, maybe for you, you're a little closer to that, but for most of us, 75 years old, it's not when you're trying to figure out what's next. You know, as long as you're above the dirt. A major new job. Now, granted, I don't know who's going to run his day-to-day, and I mean, he could already get the courtside seats if that's what he wanted.
Look, I mean, I just feel like there's people that just, you know, you don't want to go be a greeter at Walmart at 75. You want to do something, and had an opportunity to buy
He could be a marshal at the fanciest golf
Well,
club.
he could do that too, but maybe he doesn't play golf. I don't know what
Pickleball,
Bob
something.
Iger does.
I mean, get on a Disney cruise. You bought them all.
Maybe the wife said, "Get the hell out of the house. You're bugging the hell out of me. Get out of here."
Mm-hmm.
That's possible. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He goes in with Kushner, which is Trump's son-in-law's brother.
Okay.
So, you think Trump will have anything to do with the Lakers?
Hey, look, I mean, now the guy that's selling it still is going to keep the Dodgers, but he is being investigated for other stuff, right? And I, by all accounts, it doesn't feel like 2 + 2 is 4, although some are wondering if Adam Silver's like, dude, I got to deal with the Clippers mess. Your mess, get out of here. But also Matt Ishbia, who owns the Suns, who made all his money in all the mortgage business, he just had to get a little help. He's got some financial issues. It's crazy though when you look at it all.
I tell you, the money is incredible, but that's what we do, Minix. We sit here around here, we talk about this guy signed a $250 million contract. This dude over here is making $60 million a year. It's like you're just throwing figures out, and we'll never sniff money like that. But it's like it's fun to talk about.
It is fun to talk about other people's money.
Yes, it is, and that's what we do.
And it's really not unless you're talking about monopoly money like that. And it's insane because the Jerry Jones comments are coming. Because when Jerry says he would spend any amount of money to go win a Super Bowl, he would. But the salary cap keeps them from doing that. Yet they made over $500 million in profit, according to this Sportico thing.
Yeah.
Nobody else was over, what, 255?
255.
There are some that aren't doing that. I mean, and again, Jerry is, because of the salary cap, and it's fun because it's been 30 can't even say it without joking up. It's been 30 years. The idea that Jerry's going to make his money no matter what. He's not more worried about making money than winning a Super Bowl. I mean, honestly, he wants to win, and this year he's acting more like the guy that wants to win. I've always felt that about Jerry. The knocks that he takes about trying to make money over winning a Super Bowl are just not true, but they're low-hanging fruit jokes that are fun to make, and hell, I've made them. But in reality, that guy's making money right over left, no matter what the Cowboys are doing. That's the crazy thing.
Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. But you know what? That's Jerry Jones, though. And not every owner can do that. Jerry Jones makes money. And it's people get mad at Jerry, and there's a comment on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that, so if your team is valuable, according to Eagle Fan here, wouldn't you be disappointed at the inferior product? Again, just because Jerry Jones is and the Cowboys are worth almost $16 billion, you do have a salary cap, and you have to abide by the rules of what you're doing. And you might say, well, some teams do, some teams don't. And I'm not here to debate that. But the fact of the matter is, I'm with you. This year, he's putting his money where his mouth is, and I don't think he's done yet. I think there's going to be another addition to this football team. Who that is remains to be seen. What position they play remains to be seen, but I don't think we've seen the last yet. And the Cowboys, this is their version of seriously going all in.
Well, and the idea that they have an inferior, they haven't won a Super Bowl, they haven't been in the NFC Championship game. I know the last 2 years they haven't been in the playoffs. Before that, they had 3 straight 12-win seasons. They've had some teams that you felt like were capable of winning a Super Bowl that just failed miserably in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Dez caught it. That Packers game where, Dak was awful, but then again, so was everybody else. And who was it? Tank Lawrence, man, we were just tired. Shut up, right?
Whatever. And
then the other misconception, and I see it on the YouTube chat right now, which you can get to through sasportstar.com. I don't like Jerry Jones because he doesn't let San Antonio have a team.
Who said that?
Well,
Franklin, stop.
Now, again,
how many times have we explained this? Just in the almost 5 years I've been here, I bet we've explained this thing 20 times.
Well, and more than that, I have asked Jerry Jones on this program directly.
I've asked him on Ken's TV many times directly.
And his answer is always very similar. And I've also, and Joe has, because we've done it together at fancy-ass parties at Nobu in Malibu.
Yep.
Which is happening tonight, and we're sitting here in San Antonio.
Yes.
Sometimes the calendars don't match up. Because a lot of people said, man, you didn't go to Nobu this year? Nah, party is tonight. But we've had these conversations. Jerry is not opposed to a team coming to San Antonio. At least that's what he has told us. And it's always made sense the way Jerry has explained it. The Cowboys are so ingrained in South Texas that, generations of kids are already Cowboy fans. And if San Antonio were to get a team, they would still be fans of the Cowboys and probably root for whoever's here. And it was always likely to be an AFC team that came here. Now, the TV rules have changed a bit, but back then when it was either the Chargers, and I've been told by Jerry and, hell, the late Red McCombs on this very program, if we had a different mayor at the time, Ed Garza, the Chargers would already be here, but he was focused on getting a soccer team. Then we had the Raiders and whoever. They were all AFC teams. It was the Houston Texans that were more opposed to the San Antonio getting a team at the time because AFC teams are on CBS, and Houston would lose, the Texans would lose this TV market, and they didn't want to do that. Hell, they're still trying to grow it here. They don't even own all of Harris County yet. So when you look at it, it was always the Texans that would oppose San Antonio getting a team more so than Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, and a big part of that was the TV split, which those rules have changed a bit. It's not all AFC teams are on CBS and NFC teams are on Fox.
Well, and yes, that while that is true, the biggest obstacle to San Antonio getting an NFL team is the team that is already here in San Antonio.
Well, there's that.
It's the San Antonio Spurs. And look, I'm not knocking the Spurs, and I don't blame them. But they are the ones that are the biggest obstacle because of there's just not the corporate dollars in San Antonio. And where would they go? Where would the HEBs of the world go? Would they go to the Spurs or would they go to the NFL team? The Valeros of the world. And just think of the big sponsors, Frost Bank, for example. That's the problem. And again, this is not a knock on the Spurs, but it's just a fact. Anytime an NFL team or a Major League Baseball team would come to San Antonio, the caveat was always, and that's a big part of the reason we haven't gotten one, is because the Spurs were always going to have to be involved in the ownership group. That was always a prerequisite. That's just a fact. It's not a knock on anybody, but that is a fact. It has nothing to do with Jerry Jones. Nothing. The biggest obstacle is that team that plays in the Frost Bank Center.
They kind of want that monopoly.
They do.
Even if the team is, all the different talk about up the I-35 corridor in New Braunfels or wherever, so you can get some of those Austin corporate dollars. But between the corporate dollar suite sales and season ticket sales, there's only so much money to go around. And, right now the Spurs kind of control that when it comes to the major sports marketing dollars. But also, and at the time, Bob McNair, before he passed away, was chairman of the finance committee. There was a lot of that. So, and to your point, or that you're probably making to your steering wheel right now, easy for Jerry to say that, and you're right. But I've heard it enough from him. He was a supporter of when the Alamo Dome was here and when the Saints were here, and whatever Benson was going to do before the NFL told New Orleans they got to go back because they didn't want to take the team from the city after that hurricane. Jerry was a supporter of even the Saints when they were here if they were to stay.
It was a done deal. It was a done deal, and I know that for a fact. The Saints were coming to San Antonio, and the NFL stepped in and said after that, the hurricane, the PR hit that they would have taken moving to San Antonio would have been disastrous. A deal was in place to have the Saints in San Antonio, and that's a fact. I know that because, well, I know a guy that was in on it, and very close to the negotiations. It was a done deal. Hurricane Katrina, had something to say about that, and that's what's kind of screwed that up. and look, San Antonio, if you recall, if you were around in those days, 3 games here, they were all sellouts.
Incredible.
Standing room only.
San Antonio
76,000 plus in the Alamo Dome. And they were impressed. And Tom Benson's daughter at the time was the one that was really pushing to get the Saints here to San Antonio because she wasn't a huge fan of New Orleans. Who can blame her?
Stop.
For goodness sake.
Stop.
And then so the PR hit, and then the Saints and the city of New Orleans rolled out the red carpet for Tom Benson after that, and there you go. And that's the rest of the story,
okay,
as
Paul
they
Harvey.
say. Yes. More history of San Antonio and the NFL not being here. When we return here on the Blitz, we will talk a little more about the Cowboys' valuation, and R.J. Ochoa is coming up. We'll see how much money he pitched in for that Lakers bid.
Good Lord.
You think he threw in a few bucks?
$12.5 billion?
Yeah.
I mean, are they passing the boot?
He might have thrown in a $5 bill. Who knows? We'll ask him when he joins us here coming up in just a little bit. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Talking about the Cowboys worth $15.5, the Lakers selling for $12.5 billion. We know all those numbers, and there are a lot of numbers you need to know. You know your age, you know your weight, you know your income, but do you know your testosterone levels and the level that is normal for your age? If you don't know that answer, you need to get it at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Go in and take a free testosterone test. The test is absolutely free. And if you need it, they will get you on a testosterone replacement therapy plan based on your symptoms, your lab work, your health goals. And then treatment is carefully monitored to help you feel great, look great, and live your best life. Again, the testosterone test is absolutely free. Low T, well, it can contribute to low energy, reduced sex drive, brain fog, decreased motivation, mood changes, just even difficulty maintaining lean muscle. And at Synergenics, they only use non-compounded pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and most major insurance plans are accepted. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Schedule that free testosterone test at SynergenicsHealth.com. That's SynergenicsHealth.com.
Minicamps, contract drama, way too early predictions. Football season never really leaves. It just changes clothes. Let's go! 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Nigel, why are you wearing a backpack?
I'm going back to school.
Folks, when your AC decides to flunk out or your home's plumbing is stuck in detention, you don't have to worry. At Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, our technicians are certified with all the latest technology and can fix any plumbing or AC issue fast and at a fair price because you deserve the A-plus service.
Gotta go, Joel. We're studying paper mache. I might have to pull an all-nighter.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Don't miss the AJ and Rob Show tomorrow morning starting at 6. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, it's funny, Minix. You mentioned Ed Garza a few minutes ago, and up until today, I thought he was the worst mayor that San Antonio had ever had.
Wow.
I'm just throwing facts out there today. I don't know.
Ed's a nice guy.
Yeah. I'm sure he was a nice guy. I didn't know Mr. Garza that well, but wasn't the best mayor San Antonio's ever had. That's for sure.
I know. I agree with that part. I have met Ed Garza many times and always found him very likable. I like Ed Garza. Don't know him well enough to go to dinner with him, but I like him. I'd like to have a beer with him. I can't say the same about our current mayor, although I would like to have a beer just to figure out the why.
Well, I'd like for her to come on our show. I mean, and for whatever reason, she avoids us like the plague. Minix, I don't know.
You know, it's funny because I was talking to a friend of mine earlier who has worked in state-level politics, and he's not happy with the current mayor. And he told me something that I'd not thought about in this way. But when you're working that closely with the person who is in office, and you have that kind of turnover on the staff, that either tells you one of two things or both. That the staff, because if you're working on that staff, you pretty much have to believe in the mission that that politician has, right? Whatever she or he is standing for, whatever she is fighting for, if you're on that staff, you've got to kind of roll up your sleeves and go and believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, it's hard to stay doing it. And that person has to be somewhat likable. You don't have to be besties, but you have to tolerate working with them because you spend so much time with them. And he said, I just look at the turnover on that staff, knowing what it's like to have a job like that, and think about how miserable those people must be if they're leaving those jobs that you covet that quickly.
Well, all of those things. Look, I don't know Gina Ortiz-Jones from a hole in the wall. I've never met her. I've never talked to her.
Well, once.
All I know is, I did talk to her on the air once. Yeah, when she was running for mayor. She did join us then. But I don't know what she's like. She doesn't seem like she's very likable in my mind. And maybe that's unfair to say since I haven't talked to her or spent any time with her. But just judging on what she's done and how many people have left that staff, it doesn't seem like it seems like a my way or the highway, and that's just the way that it's going to be.
It is, and again, because I don't know her personally, I've got to be fair. But with everything that you see, you can draw a conclusion. All of us have had bad bosses, all of us. And some, you say, it's screw it, I'm going to quit. And when you see a business that loses a lot of good people, at that point you got to look at the leadership, right? And then there are some bosses that you say, you know what, I know that person isn't going to last very long. I can hang on and we'll survive this one, because there are signs like, you know what, his family hasn't moved here yet from Denver. He won't be here that long, right? It's just kind of one of those situations, but you do want to be fair, but it's still understanding the why. And the idea that this vote coming up on Monday, as Joe said yesterday, and there's a great clip of what Joe said yesterday late in the show if you missed it, because the trigger hit and Joe just kind of lost his mind a little bit. But it's such a freaking waste of time and money.
Oh, my gosh.
And she doesn't have the support. And to see her saying, hopefully they'll come around. She used an example. I saw a clip from Jordan Elder from News 4 where she's bitching about the $75 million community contribution that the Spurs are making, saying, well, that's only $2.5 million a year, and if you break it down, they're only buying however many speed bumps. It isn't very much, right? I'm thinking, really? I mean, they're including $2.5 million a year. They didn't have to do that. It's a construction project, a massive construction project, and the Spurs say that they are going to cover all cost overruns. Have you ever heard of anything getting built under budget?
Never.
All right, and they're on record as saying we've got all the cost overruns. It's not like we're going to get to a point and go, oh, we need toilets? Well, you got to pay for that. No, they are saying they are covering all cost overruns. And then you see all these valuations today and a team that gets sold for $12.5 billion, and the Vegas franchise is a $10 billion buy-in, and then you got to spend $2.5 billion on an arena. And we've got one here that's going to be good for the next decade, championship level good, and you want to piss them off, Miss Mayor? Make that make sense.
It makes absolutely no sense. And you may have thrown in the $500 million that they're putting in the pot as well. I don't know.
Chump change.
But it's interesting to me, and maybe this is why she does it. And I found this out today. When my little rant was posted, there was the first comment on there was, I don't want to support the Spurs. I'm tired of giving my tax dollars to billionaires.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, has your head been in the sand? And I think that's who she's playing to and trying to convince these people that that their tax dollars are at stake when they're not. So I just don't know. And maybe she thinks she can fool these people into believing that. They'll call their council person, and it goes from there. But I just don't think so.
I mean, to think at some point will there be some tax dollars? Yeah.
Well, sure, but it's going to improve the downtown area.
And then the tax revenue
stuff that needs to be done
anyway. The city
anyway
is going to make because that new arena is built. And not that they've threatened to leave or any of that kind of stuff, but imagine San Antonio without the Spurs. We're El Paso, right? We're Albuquerque. They generate so much for us. When you look at the NBA schedule leakage that's going on right now, the international games that Wemby is going to be a part of, let me rephrase that the Spurs are going to be a part of because of Wemby. Those international games, San Antonio mentioned worldwide, and the level of talent that Wemby is. And even if Wemby wasn't here, it's still what the Spurs have meant for the city of San Antonio. It's the identifier. Now, I know you and I, we work in sports, so when we travel, everywhere we go, partly because of the people around, they're all sports people. Because, we sat down with Christian Parker the other day. You know what that guy was asking us? About the San Antonio Spurs and talking about, man, I went to a game in San Antonio. I stayed near the Riverwalk, had so much fun. Said that when he was coaching at A&M, he came to San Antonio for the coaches convention, but he didn't really get to do much because he was here for the convention, how much he enjoyed San Antonio. You can go find that video online at sasportstar.com.
Yeah.
And hear him talk about coming to San Antonio. And the idea, because he's a basketball junkie, he'll have many trips to San Antonio when he gets an opportunity because he wants to watch Wemby play. If you watched Hard Knocks last night, Mitch Johnson, I thought it was interesting, not just the clips that you heard, but throughout the rest of the program, any shots inside Mike McDonald's office, that Spurs hat that Mitch left in there was sitting on that desk. That kind of exposure, saying San Antonio. Now, there's some ad agency somewhere that could figure out what the valuation is of having that product placement. Just like if you were a beer company or a Gatorade company, have those water bottles there just to get on TV. The Spurs featured on Hard Knocks more so than just Mitch because that hat stayed in that episode the rest of the time.
It's just common sense. It really is common sense. And I again, will never understand what is going on here. It is a complete waste of time. It is a complete waste of money. The mayor just has a hard time speaking the truth a lot of the time. And it's just, I just don't understand it. Don't understand. Hopefully Monday will end this little charade, this little circus, and we can get on with life. Because she's not going to win. She's not going to win. She's going to lose, and it's going to be a horrible loss. It's going to be a rout. And I just don't get it. And why she wants to put herself in that position. It seems to me like if you want to be mayor of San Antonio or if you want to go on and be something else in politics, why do you embarrass yourself on a situation like this that you know you can't win? It just makes no sense. And if I'm running against her in any other election that she decides to do, I'm gonna come back to this. That's going to be my political ad. Look how stupid she was for doing this to the people of San Antonio when it didn't matter.
She is placating to some sort of major supporter that is telling her to at least go try. But for all the people that say, I'm tired of giving money to billionaires, and look, I'm with you. I mean, part of me, I get where you're coming from, but I also understand how the business side of everything works. And while there is public money to build this arena, there are all kinds of tax breaks and various leverage pieces that major corporations use to get benefit from a city to move their headquarters here. The stuff with Toyota has been a recent example used quite a bit. It's similar. I mean, giving somebody a tax break in a lot of ways is the same as here's a couple $100 million for your new arena. Giving that because that's money you're not collecting. So in a lot of ways, That's already happening. I'm wondering if you people that are against giving money to a pro sports team are also against that. Because, and while this is a bad example, but, if you're not a sports fan and you're never going to go, so you're against it, well, what about the guy that never goes to the library and says, you know what, we don't need a library because I'm never going to use it, or we don't need a public bus, I'm not going to ride that thing. Why are we giving any money to VIA? It's got to be the good for the entire community, not just the good for you and what your interests are.
Amen, brother. Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, in all honesty, that's exactly right. And it's going to create jobs. And people forget, this is not just billionaires having fun with a basketball team. This is a business.
It is a business.
It's a business. They are in business to make money, just like HEB is, Valero is, Toyota is. Name a business in San Antonio.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Any business is in it to make money. That's what you do. And if you're going to get a little bit of a break here and there to move your business to San Antonio, then so be it, because you're going to create jobs and it's going to benefit everybody. This arena will benefit everybody, including the city, because as we've mentioned on many times, it's been pointed out on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page as well, the Spurs are going to rent that arena from the city, meaning they're going to pay rent to the city of San Antonio. And guess what? That rent money will go to fight the deficit. It will. It will go into the general fund to fight the deficit. The people that get a job at the Wemby Center, guess what? They're going to be paying taxes. They're going to be spending their money in downtown San Antonio. The people that go to the games are going to be spending their money in downtown San Antonio, who the city of San Antonio collects taxes from those businesses. And so, look, I will never be a politician, and I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I know that. And if our mayor can't see through to that, then what the hell is she doing in the mayor's office?
Again, I just look at having another viable venue and the idea of hotels being spent. September 23rd is going to be one of those crazy days. It's a Wednesday night. Wednesday night, September 23rd. In the Alamo Dome, you've got Bruno Mars with the big concert. Rush is going to be playing at the Frost Bank Center, one of two shows here in San Antonio. Rush is also playing on the 25th. How many people are going? Both of those shows are going to sell out. So you're going to have, 65, 70,000 people, give or take, downtown, right? Depending on what the Bruno Mars setup is in the Alamo Dome. Some of you are going to get rooms. There's going to be parking. There's going to be pregame meals and drinks, or pre-show, pregame and drinks afterwards, right? There's all of that kind of stuff. And if you do get a room, you'd be contributing in future years after the zone is there. Imagine having a Wemby Center downtown and another major concert. It's going to be incredible once the thing is built and there's more venues and more things besides the San Antonio Spurs utilizing the new Wemby Center.
All that I'm hoping for now, and I'm going to be hopeful, and I believe I have every right to be hopeful, is that we have enough smart people on the city council that are going to shut this circus down on Monday. And it will be over unless she's got something else up her sleeve that she wants to continue this. But as I said yesterday, why not put your time and energy into reducing the deficit? If that's what you say you want to do, and that's the biggest problem we have, then get it done. Then go do something, because this project will help not as it stands now. And if it goes away, it certainly will not help reduce the deficit. The money goes away. We can't use it if it's not for this or for something else. The state will give it to
some other city.
So it's. I hope Monday the circus will leave town, and we can get back to life as we know it. Speaking of circuses and ringleaders, R.J. Ochoa, blogging the boys. He's going to join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Man, it's hot outside. Another 100-degree day predicted today. Don't know what the feels like temperature is, and I don't really care because I don't believe in that. However, it takes a toll on your roof. It does, man. Beating down. And it's not just this summer, but it was the summer before last and the summer before that one and the one before that one. They all take a toll on your roof. Look, if it's been a while, since you've had your roof looked at or it's been on your house for a little while and you want to get it checked out just to make sure that everything's okay and there's no problems there, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. They'll send a team out to your house. They will inspect your roof. Look, they'll do it for free, and you are under no obligation. And they'll let you know if there's a problem that needs to be addressed. Hopefully it's a small problem they can fix before it turns into a bigger problem. But they'll let you know. They'll give you that peace of mind, and at least you'll know, and then you can decide what to do after that. Look, they are just like that. It's a family-owned company, local company that's been in business here in San Antonio since 1983. That should tell you all you need to know about the quality, the reputation, and all the rest when it comes to Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic is coming to the Silverhorn Golf Club Monday, September 21st. Registration opens Monday at sasportstar.com. The first 20 who register on Monday, August 17th, receives a free Yingling golf towel. Mark your calendar for Monday, August 17th, and be the first to register for the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic. See you there.
You know, life is too short to drive the same car every day. A Pascucci Prestige membership gives you access to an incredible collection of exotic and luxury vehicles whenever you want to change things up. Learn more at PascucciPrestige.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Any city. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Drivers who switch to Progressive could save hundreds just by bundling home and auto insurance, because you can't go wrong saving money. Unless you spend it on a guitar, never learn to play it, but lie and say that you did. Then someone hands you a guitar at a party and asks you to play, so you decide to improvise this.
Well, don't you know that but that's not it. Dreams are fun and also good.
Yep, you can't go wrong bundling and saving money with Progressive. Well, depends on how you spend it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. O'Reilly Auto Parts gets you back to savings. Purchase any 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil and receive a free MicroGuard Select Oil Filter. Limits apply. You can also save 20% on a MicroGuard or MicroGuard Select Engine Air Filter when you purchase this Syntec Oil and Filter Special. Get details at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob show, preseason is now officially underway. We got a load full of games to talk about.
Are you ready for some football? I am, but there's a big vote going down to the city council halls today. Which way is it gonna go? Is this Project Marvel on track, or are we gonna have to do this all again? We're talking about it. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wednesday on the Blitz. Happy to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
It's a special day for some. Apparently, the 10-year anniversary of one R.J. Ochoa winning a little contest we started. He was the first, the OG, Rock the Mic champion.
Did he pay you guys off or what?
Extremely well.
Okay, good.
And
good.
Continues to.
All right.
The most successful of all our Rock the Mic champions, and quite honestly, he has done it all himself. A lot of hard work to get to be the big boss man at bloggingtheboys.com. R.J. Ochoa on the Buyers Barricades guest line. 10 years ago, man. Time flies when you're having fun.
Congrats, R.J.
Thank y'all very much. Thank you for the kind words. I would be remiss if I didn't say that while I'm proud of the work that I've put in, things like Rock the Mic open the door for people who are trying to crack their way in. And so my eternal gratitude to Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, Ari Timken, David Chancellor, Chris Hall, James Pledger, Joe Reinagle. I mean, the list really just goes on and on. Jasmine Armstrong, so many people all throughout the building who were so kind to me and so gracious to me and put up with, to be quite honest, a young dumbass who thought that he knew a lot more than he ultimately did. And they were kind enough to show him the way. And I'm really, really grateful to call you guys friends as well and to have made some awesome memories in the process. And really more than anything, grateful that the Wingstop is finally gone. It took way too long to get through all of that. I don't think you benefited from it, Joe, but everybody else certainly did.
The Wingstop?
It was, what, a $500 gift card to Wingstop?
Oh, okay.
It was 2 $350 gift cards to
All right.
Wingstop, which awesome thing. Don't get me wrong. But
yes.
When you go use that the first time, you get some looks. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how it went.
I love Wingstop.
Exactly.
Great.
But after a while, it's like, all right, but I'm with you. It took you a while, but you got it done. There was some good prizes back then. I think about what you've done then, what people don't. I first met RJ. It was before even Rock the Mic. He was working at a store called Fans United, which is kind of an offshoot that Jerry Jones used to have of the Cowboys Pro Shop because they sold everything, not just Cowboys. And we did our show in there for the grand opening when Dat Wynn was working here. RJ was about to wet himself because he met a Cowboy player. And then we went to lunch, and he was like, I do this little podcast. It's got like 9 followers. But we talked about it. Then we were doing the contest, but he legitimately won the contest. He was the best at it. And what you're doing now, but it's because of your hard work, my friend.
Really appreciate it. I also have not forgotten any of the points of guidance offered to me, even from the yahoos like Joe. But I will never forget the very first one that Jason said. He told me about a mentor he had who rewarded him when he got his first piece of hate mail. And so I've gotten my fair share of hate mail ever since then. And so in that respect, I've got a lot collected for you, Jason. If you want to comb through it and see all the nasty things people say about me, I definitely have some for you.
Somewhere Andrew Ashwood would high-five you when somebody takes the time to write you a negative letter. Because nobody compliments, but when you get somebody so pissed off they take the time to write a letter and put a stamp on that and send it to the radio station, that would get you a high-five and maybe a gift card to Wingstop.
I'm good on those. There were also Wingstop headphones and a Wingstop backpack and Wingstop koozies and Wingstop T-shirts. I'm a big fan. Don't get me wrong, but I looked. People were like, "Who's your dad?" You know what I mean? Like when I first walked into with all that stuff, it was an interesting thing.
Well, I bet it was. Well, congratulations on 10 years, RJ, and what you've done in 10 years is great. And of course, we check in with you and rely on you for your Cowboys knowledge as well. Just first of all, just looking at that, and obviously we didn't get to see a lot of video from the joint practice with the Rams yesterday, but everybody that was there seemed to think it was a pretty good day for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think as the marinade has sort of settled in, I think people are kind of looking at it and saying like, yeah, it was kind of a sparring match, not necessarily one point of domination over the other. And I think that what's gotten lost in the sauce, no pun intended, with the marinade has been that last year the Cowboys got worked. Last year the Cowboys just got pushed around and bullied and bodied by the Rams, and so. You can sit here and you can moan and groan. And, oh, man, when Tom Landry was the coach, we didn't celebrate, just going back and forth in training camp practices. But that was truly the first point of measurement, right, was can you hang with the Rams? Can you hang with the reigning MVP? Obviously, Myles Garrett was not a part of it. I know that our sports and Friday Night Lights loving hearts are tickled by the fact that the Cowboys, stayed after for some conditioning when the Rams were all said and done with it and whatnot. But you have to grade this in a unique way because it is just a training camp practice. But relative to context, the Cowboys, I think, did everything that we wanted them to do.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com here on the Blitz. I think that was a subtle shot at Ed Werder, wasn't it?
No, I know that Ed had a point that he said he was old enough to remember. What was it?
We're judging the Cowboys on Super Bowls, not a joint practice. But again, though, it's August. And in all fairness, the last couple of years being out at training camp, I can watch them and go, yeah, that defense is going to be bad. I didn't think they was going to be as bad as they were last year, but we all know what good football is and what bad football is. This year at training camp, we watched good football. And the fact that it's not like last year's team got better, last year's team got replaced with legitimate players. And I think some fans just haven't grasped onto that, or they're not really sure if they can believe it because they haven't really seen it yet.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all those things on top of the typical Cowboys, it's your year type, garb. So when you filter out all the nonsense and all the silliness and you just say, what does this football team look like today against a different football team, one who many people believe is going to win, football's ultimate prize. And I think in that respect, you have to feel really great. And in fact, I think, based on reports, based on eyes who were there, the defense was kind of the winner for the Cowboys, right? Like, I think if you want to be negative, I don't think it's that like, oh, man, we used to measure in Super Bowl wins. If I want to be negative, it's like, well, why isn't the offense, kicking ass too? Why aren't Dak and CeeDee and George Pickens the ones who were doing all the push around? I think that obviously the defense was so bad last year that we have nothing but praise to offer when they just stand up and walk. It's like, when a kid, like my son, takes his tray back to the kitchen sink. It's like, great job, man. It's like, okay, that's cool, but like, what about the adult in the room, right? Like the Cowboy or the offense, is the adult. So we expect you to have adult behavior. Not that they didn't yesterday, but that's kind of the give and take when it comes to something like that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, RJ. The week we were out there and they first put on pads, I think I would give the defense the win most of those days. And I'm saying that because – again, I don't know what the offense is showing or what they're doing or how they're doing it, so I will preface it by saying that. But the defense just seems to have a new attitude. And I think 75% of a good defense is attitude. If you believe that you're the best defense out there and you're going to stop the other team's offense, then that's half the battle. I think that's what this defense has right now is an attitude of, hey, we're good, and we're going to make up for that. Yeah, I would tell you, Donovan Ezeraka, when we had him on, talking about how sick he was to his stomach last year with the poor play. And I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. And I think a lot of those other guys do as well.
I love that you characterized it as attitude. A word I'm fond of is disposition. And imagine if you are Donovan Ezeraka, and you're someone who was a part of all of last year, not like Quinnen Williams who got there halfway through. And you're just told everywhere you look online, hey, if you guys can just be average. Like the other guys who you share a lot they're so good that they'll carry you. You know, you just don't be sorry the way you were last year. Just be okay. If you're Donovan Ezeraku or whoever, you're thinking like, no, man, like we want to do the carrying, right? Like that's just a natural feeling and emotion and attitude and disposition, I think, of all athletes and competitors. And so I think that we're starting to see I don't want to call it resentment. I don't believe that to be the case, but just I think the defense is tired of hearing about how mighty and supreme and perfect the offense is and that they're just lucky to share a locker with them. I think they want to feel like they're putting together their effort and the offense has to be the one to match their intensity.
You know, I think, too, they're competitors. And when you hear Brian Schottenheimer, and he said this a gazillion times on the podium, but even a little bit maybe more in depth on the Blitz last week when he was on with us while we were in Oxnard, talking about having the right guys in the locker room. And then after the Quinnen Williams deal, Stephen Jones talk about there hasn't been leadership on that side of the field for the last couple of years, which is clearly a shot at Micah Parsons and maybe even Trayvon Diggs. But having the right people, having some leadership there, and guys that want to win, and maybe more importantly, are capable of winning. I think for a lot of us, you know, kind of like when you look at the Texas Longhorns in years past, you put that logo on your helmet and automatically we think they are better than they are. And I see this in high school football. I see a guy, he's a 3-star. Oh, Texas talked to him. Now he's a 5-star because Texas talked to him. It kind of feels like this group of guys are trying to earn that star reputation as opposed to just inherit it.
Yeah, I would say my personal viewpoint on it is maybe somewhere in the middle of that, because I think they recognize what they have inherited. And so I think you can approach that two different ways, right? You can either be the 3-star who's like, now I'm a 5-star just because I've inherited this, or you can be the person who says, like fingers in your ears, like la 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 la. No, we have to pretend it doesn't exist. And I think that Brian Schottenheimer is. I used this expression the other day and thought, I think he is, sometimes we try to ignore the elephant in the room. I think that they've just made the elephant a roommate, right? They're just like, well, the elephant's here, right? Like, that doesn't mean we have to get rid of the elephant. That doesn't mean the elephant's a bad thing, but the elephant is a part of the room, right? Like, we can't not talk about the elephant. Like, does the elephant want a slice of pizza? And I feel like that's what the Cowboys are doing, right? They're saying, like, we have these lofty expectations. We have this drought. Sportico thinks that we're worth, over $15 billion, right? Like we can't ignore some of that, but we can harness it. We can take the things that we like and the things that are important and the things that matter, and we can translate them through hard work and through, grinding and building day upon day. I think, of all the shots at last year that have been taken at different people, I think the fact that they have so openly said, yeah, we weren't conditioned well enough last year. We want to run these extra laps. We want to do this extra work. That to me is the biggest sign of like, yeah, you know what, we let ourselves get too big for these druthers, or whatever the Southern expression is. My wife's from Oklahoma. I forget exactly what it is. But my point is the druthers were too big, or the body was too big, or whatever, and they finally have recognized that and are no longer immune to that idea.
I'm curious what you think, RJ, because Minix and I have been talking about it for the last 2 days. There is a list out of coaches on the hot seat and the betting odds of who's going to get fired. And believe it or not, and I still can't believe it, Brian Schottenheimer is 10-1 on that list. And I
Fifth
don't
best odds.
I don't see a scenario, unless the Cowboys just fall flat on their faces this year, where Brian Schottenheimer is fired. Do you?
I would never tell anyone what to do with their money, but you're an absolute fool if you take that. Not because Brian Schottenheimer is perfect or the Cowboys are perfect or whatever, but like play the odds, man. Like understand the game you're playing. This team has not fired a head coach midway through a season, like with time remaining on his contract is ultimately the best way to put this, since Wade Phillips in 2010. They do not do that. They do not fire coaches when they would still have to pay them to work for them when they wouldn't be working for them. And so that is not the Dallas Cowboys way. I'm not defending that way. I'm not saying there's logic in that way. But, we're talking about over a decade and a half of history and data to support that. So if you're somebody who's doing that, you're the sucker that these odds makers are looking for.
Well, and 10-1 isn't enough that you're actually going to make real money at it. And
the other part, great point.
The other part is you have to understand, Jerry, there's not another former head coach on this coaching staff. Like in years past, there's always been guys that have been a head coach before that could actually take over. They don't have that. But I'm with you. Jerry's not going to fire him middle of the season, and the odds are first head coach to get fired. And we all know that's going to be Aaron Glenn up there with the New York Jets. Save your money on that one. first preseason game on Saturday. Is there any particular player that you really want to keep an eye on?
Jaden Blue, certainly. Can you do it against a different team? Or can you have our excitement grow yet another level? Justin Barron, can you do it against a different team? Like, holy crap, are you just like this ball hawk all of a sudden? And Savon Ravel, if they let him get some run, I mean, he's one of the most important players on this team. If he hits, then all of a sudden they have a legitimate answer at corner, and they're not all the way up a creek.
You know, and he's been good thus far. I mean, he's one of the guys that everybody's talking about, and so I think that's a legit guy. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only guy on the planet that's looking at this. I want to see Joe Milton and Sam Howell play. I want to see who ultimately is going to win that backup spot.
I think that's a fair concern. I think Sam Howell is the answer for what it's worth, but I also feel like the old Tom Moore quote about why Jim Sorgi, Peyton Manning's backup, never got practice reps. He said, because if Peyton goes down, we're effed, and we don't practice that. So, again, your point is fair in a vacuum, but, like, if that is a true problem that has to come into play, then, like, nothing else really matters.
Well, they're rich people problems, and the Cowboys are worth $15.5 billion. They have RPPs.
I mean, holy crap, dude. Like, and the profit on that, you know, a big reason for their profit is the way their merchandise works, which, you know, back going full circle here, I worked in the Cowboys Pro Shop for a handful of years. It's spectacular. It's amazing. Once upon a time, it was like something I bragged to my friends about when I was young and dumb, or dumber than now, I hope. Now it's just like a thing. Okay, cool. Like, when are you going to crack 20? And if the Lakers can sell for 12, they could easily sell for 20. You can't convince me they would go
20, 25, maybe even 30 if Jerry actually wanted to sell them, which he wouldn't.
That's crazy.
Minix and I helped out with that bottom line when we were up at training camp, RJ. I just want to let you know that. So
my friend who always says he's not a Cowboys fan spends more money in that Cowboys Pro Shop than I do every year.
Yeah, and you were filming all the videos in there, Joe. I saw that. Were you the one who they had to bring out the new rack of Caleb Downs shirts for? You bought them all?
Exactly right. And that's another question. Why were there more Caleb Downs jerseys in there than there were C.D. Lamb or Dak Prescott?
Because, I mean, do we have to explain marketing to you,
yes.
Joe? Like,
yes, you do.
Caleb Downs is new on the team. This is C.D. Lamb's 7th year. I mean, like, you know, welcome to the way supply and demand works.
I guess. I don't get it. The guy hasn't played one down of football in the NFL yet, and we're already giving him a gold jacket.
Hey, Joe, can you believe that a store had more Fernando Mendoza jerseys than Bo Nix ones? I mean, it's crazy. Like, well, I mean, you know, how unbelievable, man.
That I understand, actually.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Why? What is the difference?
It's Joe.
There were a couple of gold jackets in there that had Caleb's name on it. I'm just saying, we've already got him. His bust is being made as we speak.
Future investment, Debbie Downer.
Yeah, he's going to add to that 15.5 bill. You wait and see.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com. Rock the mic champion, the OG, on his 10-year anniversary. Appreciate you, man.
Love you all.
RJ Ochoa. Follow him on all the socials at RJ Ochoa. Read him at bloggingtheboys.com. RJ and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Proud of what he's done as the Rock the Mic champion. Obviously the most successful. Carolina Teague is doing great as well. Thomas Mott doing stuff with the Philadelphia Eagles. We've had a lot of success with our Rock the Mic winners.
Why? Because that was before my time here. Why do we not do that anymore?
It's a pain in the ass.
Well, isn't everything we do in ways a pain in the ass?
To a degree, and COVID happened, and it'd be fun to do it again, but also, I don't know. I mean, I would
think
like.
We should.
I thought it was fun. It was good. Helped us build a bench. But then you get people that really think they can do this and they're not. Then you know they get really upset when they don't win, which I can deal with that. But COVID happened. All right, we took a break from it, and Suits haven't said, hey, let's try that again.
Well, I think if we suggested it, they might think about it. Who knows? Look, the best part of a show like that, or whatever you call
Contest.
it, is not the people that are good. It's the people that suck. That's what makes it entertaining.
Well, I mean, yes, to a degree.
Yeah, yes, sir. You know it is.
You just want to be a judge on one of the, because people had to send in reels, then you watch their videos and you made fun of those.
Right.
Once you got down to the finals, there were some really talented people. I mean,
I'm sure there are.
We had some people some years that the debate amongst us voters who was better or not. Some second place people actually did some stuff.
There's some kids out there right now, Jason, that just heard RJ Ochoa, and they're going, man, if I only had the opportunity to do that as well, I would take advantage of it, and maybe I could be the next managing editor of Blogging the Boys.
It's a possibility, because I know I just got invited to go speak to a college class at UTSA, and you talk to college classes now, and people say, how do I get in? It's so completely different than when you and I were coming up in the business. It's hard, and you do need something like a Rock the Mic to catch a break.
What class is this?
You want me to look up the actual email?
I'm just curious. Kids, I'm sorry.
What do you want to go on this little field trip?
I do not. This is all you, my friend.
Well, and it's crazy because I thought I was going to get out of it, thinking that their class is from 6. I'm like, dude, I can't get over there. I get off work at 6. He said, we'll adjust class to 7 to 8.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a sports marketing and entertainment speaker series.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
Yeah.
Interesting. That'll be fun. We're gonna have a camera in there.
God, I hope not.
I think we might have to, Pledge. We might have to arrange that.
Well, I think you should go with me.
I don't want to go with you.
Why?
I wasn't invited. I don't go places I'm not invited.
You weren't.
I'm not. I don't go places I'm not invited.
But I'm sure if I told the professor, he'd be saying, "Man, that'd be awesome."
No, see, that's like pushing your way into.
You just invited yourself, so take it.
I didn't. I said I'm not going.
Look, I need you to be his Marcus Floyd.
Well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Right.
Although I'm perfect for that because it doesn't work. Oh, Marcus. Yeah, he didn't work.
Oh, please.
That dude.
Please.
Didn't do anything. I did all the work. Yeah, he knows it. He
all
knows
right.
it.
All right, Pinocchio.
We got to take a break. When we come back, Tom Brady giving Peyton Manning, well, a little bit of the business, if you will.
Crap.
Over his breakfast habits.
I want to have breakfast with Peyton now.
That'd be awesome. We'll talk about that. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Wednesday. If you're trying to figure out dinner, get into the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road because Wednesday is steak night. Great 12-ounce ribeye. You get all the fixins for just $19.95, and it is a great steak. 6 p.m. to sell out, so get over there, take advantage of it. And at the Roo Pub, their food is fantastic. They've got about 15 different burgers on the menu, the best and biggest wings in town. I love their fried shrimp, and they've added to the menu a new item, a sriracha shrimp wrap. Go check that out. They've got great appetizers. They've got great salads, I'm told, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub. They're at 281 and Redland Road. And the Roo Pub is growing. The Rockport location is open. So if you're heading to the coast, make sure you check out the Roo Pub in Rockport. And in a couple of weeks, in time for football season, Roo Pub number 3 is opening in New Braunfels. Yep, New Braunfels. You're getting a Roo Pub. It's going to be over there in the Creekside area, right there near the Buc-ee's. Roo Pub, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night. And on Wednesday, it is steak night at the Roo Pub, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
At Davis Law Firm, we know that after a serious accident, every second counts. When you call the Fours, we can connect you with medical care immediately, and we'll start fighting for the cash recovery you deserve right away. Our team of experienced attorneys is ready to help 24/7, and there's no fee unless we win. Call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. San Antonio, Austin, Corpus Christi, Laredo, RGV, Permian Basin. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Los Angeles Lakers sold again. Second time in about a year, this time for $12.5 billion. They sold for $10 billion about a year ago. This record-breaking sale is going to Josh Kushner and former Disney CEO Bob Iger. In other NBA news, the NBA Cup Group play games were released. Spurs close out Group C play on November 27th against those Lakers right here at the Frost Bank Center.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day! Hump day! Hump day! Hump day! Happy hump day, everybody. Hope your Wednesday is going just like you want it to go, and no matter what you're doing or how you're doing it. Thanks for stopping by here. Joining Jason and I on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's right, I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. We're happy to have you along.
Absolutely happy to have you along. And seeing some of the comments on our YouTube page, and you too can comment there. Just go to sasportstar.com, and the shortcut will take you right over to YouTube. Rock the Mic was a contest that we did years ago. Started 10 years ago because RJ was the first winner. And it was kind of an American Idol-style contest to find a talk show host to help us build a bench. They had a Saturday morning show. RJ and Pledge used to do a Saturday morning show. And we did it for a couple years. There was some really good talent, some great winners. And then COVID happened. And we haven't gotten back to it.
Well, that's too bad. I think that should be something maybe we think about. Who knows? I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I think it'd be a lot of interest in it. And who knows? You use people like RJ and Carolina Teague and people like that have won and been successful at it. I think it's a good deal.
And then there's others like Brandon Medina, who has done a lot with us, but then he started having kids and now works over at Southwest ISD because well, he needed a real job with insurance, and Mike Jimenez and everything that he has done.
Jimenez won Rock the Mic?
No, I think he finished second.
Oh.
Right? Didn't he finish second? He didn't win. Did he win, or did he finish second? Hell, I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe it must have been a bad crew that particular year.
Maybe it was Medina that was second that we used some stuff. It's where I learned the term saddle tramp. It was from Brandon Medina. Apparently, that's what they call the bell ringers at Texas Tech.
Saddle tramps.
Saddle tramps.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They got to come up with a better name.
Yeah, I would think so.
And the Wingstop memories, we used to do these lunches listeners could win, and Datwin and I would go to lunch. The guy says that Dat and I signed his mini helmet. Dude, I'm sorry I ruined the value of that thing for you.
Yeah, no kidding. You should have had something else for Minix to sign.
Dude, I probably told him, you don't want me to sign that. Why ruin the value? I understood my place. I mean, Datwin was signing Cowboy stuff. Let him sign the Cowboy stuff, right? I'll take the picture. It's all about Datwin. I get it. No, I want you on there too. All right.
Hey,
You'll never get $1 on eBay now.
There you go.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
The Headline Blitz brought to you by Argo Group, specialty insurance for complex risks. You know, I like when Tom Brady does some of these podcasts.
He's a funny guy.
He really is.
Yeah.
And now that he's not with the Patriots, you see a lot of that personality. And you're Tom Brady. You could basically do what you want. And sometimes you just want. So he calls up Peyton Manning. Says, I need to learn from you. And then he gets mad at what Peyton Manning has for breakfast.
This was like 2010, okay? And I was like, listen, I've been in the league 10 years. I called Peyton. It was off season. I was like, listen, let's me and you get together. I've learned from all the other quarterback coaches. Why don't me and you sit down and talk football for 3 days? He's like, let's do it. Come to my place in Tennessee. I fly down to Tennessee. Peyton and I spent like all the time. We work out together. We play golf together. We ride jet skis together at his house. And we, of course, were eating meals. So he sits down for breakfast and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, Mr. Brady, they come into this old cabin. Mr. Brady, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I'll take, oatmeal and, two scrambled eggs. And that's it. And they're like, Peyton, what do you want? He's like, I want biscuits, gravy, 3 pancakes, six bacons. I want 3 sausages. And I'm like, you eat all that, And I was like the Southern boy with all the good helping for the comfort food. Man, I was like a totally different. I didn't even know what the hell he was doing.
Was there any part of you that wanted to try that in your 3 days with him?
No, that's the thing. I don't have to. I'm like, nah, I don't want him the way I feel after that.
Oh, he would be sleeping the whole afternoon.
I would be sleeping.
Well, look, guy, that sounds like a hell of a breakfast.
I'd rather have Peyton breakfast.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oatmeal and scrambled eggs. That's it.
Jeez, come on, Tom. Jeez, I guess that's how you play till you're 45 or 6 or however old he was.
Well, but not like Peyton's career ended when he was 30.
I get it, but Peyton Manning wasn't exactly the most in shape looking dude there was.
Dad bod, but he got the job done.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's a hell of a quarterback. There's no question. But that's funny. Funny stuff.
It is funny stuff. What's not so funny, although there's a funny part of this, but you'll have to do your own homework to Google. A 71-year-old lifeguard in Maine.
Dude does not look 71. You see the picture of that guy?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You guys got to Google this on your own. What was, I can't even think of his name. Drawing blank on Rex Ryan's brother's name.
Oh,
Rob Ryan?
Yeah,
Rob
there you
Ryan.
go.
This dude looks like a in-shape Rob Ryan, right? With the long, but he's 71 years old. He doesn't look like it, but he does look like he's been on the beach for 50 years. He was out swimming in the ocean out by the buoys, about 300 yards.
With some other lifeguards.
With
yeah.
other lifeguards.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he got drug underwater. And at first he thought, he calls it a can, the thing they swim with. If you remember Baywatch and they're running, they got that. Apparently it's called a can. The shark grabbed the can and drug him underwater. And then he looked around and realized that wasn't a boat that took him under. It was a shark. And he said, I would have beaten Michael Phelps to the beach. He was just glad the shark didn't come after him. So he closed the beach because there's a lot of great whites off the coast of Maine.
Now, that would be scary as hell. Now, luckily, the shark didn't bite him. So there were no injuries. He just bit the can.
The can.
Yeah. But drug him under 6 feet. And I guess finally let go. And I've heard that about sharks, right? They bite something just to
taste
curiosity.
Yep.
Yeah, and it must have tasted like poop, and you let it go. Luckily for that guy, but that would scare the hell out of you.
Yeah,
my lifeguard days would be over.
71 years old. But if you Google this guy, we will all hope to look like that at 71 years old.
Well, you ain't kidding. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Maybe we all should have been lifeguards.
Exactly. A Florida man, and every story that starts that way, you go,
with all due respect.
Florida man, he was arrested going 110 miles an hour in a 60. Apparently that gets you automatically arrested in the state of Florida. They got a law for that. But
I think they have one here too.
Do
for
they?
That. Yeah.
If you're going excessive speed, there's
a certain amount over the speed limit.
There's a limit that if you're going over the limit, you get automatic. You get a trip downtown. AA best bail bonds. But he told the cops when they said, "Why are you going so fast?" I'm trying to get over to my girlfriend's house. She's cheating on me.
Which a cop with a heart might have said, "You know what, dude? Go get that dude. I'll follow you."
See, I was thinking the same thing. This cop just saved your ass. Because if you were that angry to get over there and catch him, you wouldn't be going to jail for excessive speed. You might be going to jail for murder.
Well, it's a possibility, or assault or something.
If you caught them in the act, I mean, and really you should be going 110 to get away from her if that's really what's going on.
Well, maybe he didn't know. He just suspected and thought, well, she's there and I'm going to get over there.
I'm catching my cheating girlfriend. I want to catch them.
Dude, it didn't work, obviously, and he went to jail.
And then he had to call her to bail him out. He was telling the cop video, now I got to call her, interrupt her sex with another dude to come get me out of jail.
Isn't that awful?
Uh-huh.
Terrible.
It is awful. Hey, quick update on a story that we had yesterday. Yesterday we told you about Shake Shack, and they were apparently raising prices if you didn't leave a tip. Shake Shack says, well, that's not us. And they blame... What are you doing, Pledge? What was that? You're going to play... you took the... All right. Well, here's the lady from TMZ to tell the story.
There's been a viral controversy on the internet after a customer at a Shake Shack noticed his prices appeared to go up after he chose not to leave a tip. If you don't know what happened, a customer was checking out at a kiosk and selected no tip. Right after, a message popped up saying there had been a pricing update, and the price of each item in his cart increased about 50 cents.
Every item went up by 50 cents. Making sure everybody knows, do not go there.
The video quickly went viral with people questioning whether Shake Shack was actually charging customers more for not tipping. Now Shake Shack has responded. The company says increasing menu prices when a customer doesn't tip is not in their policy. They say the airport location in the video is operated by licensee HMS hosts. Shake Shack says after being investigated, it was determined the price change was caused by an error with the kiosk technology and was unrelated to tipping. Shake Shack says the issue has since been resolved. But what do you guys think about this? Does this make you wonder if this could be happening at other restaurants?
It's BS is what it is.
Well, it is. They got caught, and
blame everybody.
The PR was horrible, and so they had to say, what? These damn machines. They got a mind of their own.
We'll blame the kiosk, and that was just a licensee. It was an airport location. That's not our policy. But man, they investigated it and fixed it in a day.
Yes, isn't that something?
Amazing how that happened. How quickly, Adam Silver, an investigation can be done with some resolution.
Isn't that the truth? Holy cow! Unbelievable. I don't buy that Shake Shack.
No, me neither.
I just don't. And look, if you're going up 50 cents at a damn airport, you're going from $80 to 80, 50. I mean, come on.
Well, and really 50 cents. The only, and I think all of it's wrong. The saving grace for me on this deal with Shake Shack is the little kiosk did tell you that the price had changed before they ran your card, because otherwise you would never know. You would not know. So that's the only part of that whole thing when you watch the video is the kiosk actually tells you that the prices are going up. A glitch, BS.
Yeah, that's not a glitch. Come on.
Do y'all use the kiosks?
Just own it.
I use the kiosk when that's my only option, but
sometimes.
I find it easier to talk to the person so they can screw up my order versus me trying to figure it out. I hate using the kiosk.
Well, it takes forever.
Especially if I've got to leave a tip.
It takes forever.
Because that computer isn't going to spend that money.
What, are you going to leave a tip?
At a kiosk?
At a kiosk?
No.
No, of course not. Although, you got to think about the folks in the back making the food.
They're getting,
you don't want to tip them?
Again, no.
Wow.
And neither do you. I seem to recall us spending a gazillion dollars at a McDonald's kiosk, leaving the Hollywood Bowl, Rob, AJ, Dax, you, and me, after we saw a Willie Nelson concert at the Hollywood Bowl, and we were hungry. We were driving back, and there were no people working at the counter. You had to use the kiosk.
Yeah.
And all of us were trying to, on our own, punch in stuff. And I have no idea what we ordered. Some of the food was there. We got food that we didn't order. It was exactly what you would expect it to be following a concert in L.A., then trying to drive back and then eat it, and then everybody's looking at bags, whose is what. I think AJ was the one driving, which was kind of a mistake anyway. But
letting AJ do anything is kind of a mistake anyway.
Well, you and I weren't capable of driving at that point.
No, we weren't. Other than Bob Dylan, that was a fun night.
It was. Bob Dylan was awful.
It was terrible.
Bob Dylan was awful.
And it's really a shame because, he's a legend, and he sucks now.
But AJ was driving. He was being the responsible one because the boss was there, knowing by the time we got back to the house, he and Rob had to grab their laptops and go to work.
And they did. It was a lot of fun going to the Hollywood Bowl, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
That was a very cool
place.
venue.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We got to take a break. When we come back, Joey McGuire, the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, said everybody's scared of him.
Stop.
Nobody wants to play him.
Stop.
Nobody.
Stop.
They've asked several teams, and they're all chicken. Bark, bark, bark.
What?
They're chicken.
What are them Tom Brady eggs?
Bark, 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 bark. That's right, they are. We'll tell you what he has to say when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All right, it is Hump Day, and it is a beautiful day. And I looked at my handy-dandy weather app on my phone, and there's no rain inside. It's going to be beautiful for the foreseeable future. It's perfect to get out and play a little golf. Is it not? It is perfect, and the perfect place to do that is out at the Golf Club of Texas. The golf course is in excellent shape. It is in fantastic shape. In fact, they've just redone their driving range, and it's just reopened out there, so it is nice. And by the way, the driving range is open every day until 11 o'clock. They serve food until 9 o'clock out there, but they've got a bar right there by the driving range as well that is open till 11 o'clock as well. TVs all over the place outside. You can go inside to the Tin Cup Bar and Grill and have food. They've got TVs in there as well. The food is fantastic. And the best part about it is it's good and it doesn't break the bank. It is reasonably priced. So taking your family out to the Golf Club of Texas and the Tin Cup Bar and Grill is a perfect thing to do, even if you're not playing golf. You want to play golf, you make your tee time. You do that by going to golfclubtexas.com. But if you don't have time for golf and you just want to practice, again, the driving range is fantastic. You get out there, they've got a putting green that you can practice your putting on as well, and it's just a great place. Not a private club, looks like one, but it is open to the public 7 days a week. So if you can't play on the weekend, get out there on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or any day that ends in Y. The Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road, off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The Cowboys are back on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Preseason action starts Saturday.
Knock the ball! Touchdown to Pickett!
The Cowboys and the Seahawks. Pregame at 6. Kickoff at 7.
Touchdown, Prescott!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob Show, preseason is now officially underway. We got a load full of games to talk about.
Are you ready for some football? I am, but there's a big vote going down to the city council halls today. Which way is it going to go? Is this Project Marvel on track, or are we going to have to do this all again? We're talking about it. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what, Jason? Monday is a big day for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're going to have the end of the circus, hopefully, at City Council when they vote down the mayor and her, pushing for another election in November. Hopefully that will happen. But there's something else big going on Monday, August 17th. It is when we open up registration for our 2026 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Classic. It's presented by the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla. Registration is coming August 17th. And the first 20 people who register, and if you're watching on YouTube, we will show you, get one of these Schwenke Flight by Yingling golf towels. Now, you see how pretty it is on the one side. We'll show them the other side. Look at that. It's all rough and so you can clean your golf clubs and golf ball and all that stuff.
So you can use that and
Yes.
and clean.
Yeah, see that? Look at that. And Pledge's golf club is dirty as hell.
Yeah,
Pledge.
well,
Come on.
Are you surprised?
No, not really. Come on, Pledge. Take care of your golf clubs, buddy.
Well, that's what he's got you for, caddy boy.
Well, I guess I just did. That one's clean. But this is what you'll get. The first 20 people that register on Monday. All right? It is only Monday. So make plans right now. It's Wednesday. So you got about 5 days to get your group together, get situated, get on in. Again, the first 20 you register are going to get a golf towel just like that. And, do it. So all you have to do is go to sasportstar.com. In fact, I don't know if there's already a place there. You can't register yet.
No, can't register yet.
But it's easy to find. It's going to be right there. So get in on it. You know it's going to sell out. The golf tournament is actually at Silverhorn Golf Club, September the 21st. So not a lot of time to register. You're talking about a month.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
So get it done.
Well, and then you also have the after party that's going to be at the Gopher Shack, which is right around the corner there from Silverhorn. So Monday, September 21st, get that on your calendar. And again, Monday you can register. If you go to sasportstar.com right now, you can obviously click over to our YouTube page. But also, you can see all the details for our big trip coming up in a couple of weeks to Circa Las Vegas for the Ultimate Contest Weekend. I had somebody ask me this morning, can I still go? Yeah.
Of course you can.
Book your flights, book your rooms, and join us out at Circa Las Vegas. We're going to do our shows there that Thursday and Friday, the 27th and 28th. And then, of course, we're going to stick around for the weekend.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
It's like anybody would have to ask. Of course we're sticking around for the weekend.
Are you guys flying out Friday night after the show? No, this is Vegas.
No, that won't be happening.
It's not like some other work trips where you go, you do your show, and go to the airport.
No.
This is Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas. And if you've never been to Circa, you owe it to yourself to go. And take your swimsuit because you want to get out there, the stadium swim. It is an amazing place. You guys should play blackjack out there, too,
You can.
by the way.
I've done really well at the blackjack tables
I've never
down
played
there.
out there, so I'm going to have to do that this trip. I want to make a point to get out there and play some blackjack out there. So a lot of fun. Get on out there. Sign up and get your room and your airline tickets and all that kind of stuff. So
And while we're out there, we will actually have, on that Saturday, August 29th, real football to watch there at Circa Las Vegas.
Looking forward to it. You can bet on it, too.
TCU, North Carolina will kick off from Ireland at 9 a.m. that Saturday. So Ryan Eggo will wake up at the crack of halftime.
So 9 a.m. Vegas time?
Well, yeah, because it says 11 a.m. right here on my computer. That's
cow.
Central.
Dude, I'm
9 a.m.
awake
Vegas.
I don't sleep in Vegas.
No, you can't.
I don't.
You can't. USC, San Jose State. There's some game, but real football. We're not far away from real football happening.
You might see TCU kick Belichick's ass, and then who knows? He might get fired on the spot. They may leave him in Ireland.
TCU is a 7.5-point favorite right now.
I don't know how good TCU is going to be. I would assume they're going to be okay.
They're going to be better than North Carolina.
Well, but are they 7.5 points better? That's the question.
Over-under is 47.5.
I'd take the under.
You first game?
Yeah.
Playing in Ireland?
I'd take the under. Yeah, too much beer.
Well, hopefully not for the players.
Hey, we've had experience with those TCU guys. They like to party when they're here in San Antonio anyway.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the quarterback got arrested.
Yes, he did.
At the old Pat O'Brien's.
See that?
Which is now called the Rowdy Spur.
See that? I mean, Pat O'Brien's, Ireland, they go hand in hand, and TCU gets somewhere Irish, and they're like, let's party. That'll be a fun trip for those guys, for sure.
Good Lord. So much going on in college football, and as we get ready for college football, and the talking season hasn't ended for Texas Tech. Now, granted, stuff was said at different coaching conventions and speaking engagements, and if you're Texas Tech, I don't blame you. I really don't blame Texas Tech. I'd be doing the same thing because they want to play Texas. They want to play all these different teams. At least they say they do. Yet nobody's willing, according to them, to say, all right, let's get a contract done.
Well, somebody said this. This is not my thought, but I agree with it. Look, if a Texas A&M or a Texas or anybody, Ohio State plays Texas Tech, there's nothing for those teams to gain. Well, everything for Texas Tech to gain because they want to show that they're as good as everybody else, and perhaps they are, but it just sucks you're in the Big 12. And I say that because it's just not as good as the Big Ten or the SEC. It's just not. And I think they want to move and be in a conference like that, or they'd like to be. Joey McGuire would like to be, but they're just not. I don't know. These teams have nothing to gain.
Joey McGuire tells On3 yesterday, we're talking to everybody and anybody. So far, everybody's told us no. He mentioned programs like USC, Texas A&M, NC State, and others. Texas.
Well, now that team.
All right. I mean, but to your point, a Texas A&M, they don't have anything to gain by adding a game like that on the schedule. Texas is playing Ohio State on September 12th. What a huge game that is. And for there, a lot to gain, but obviously if you lose that game, you don't lose a lot. And it's been that way for several years for UTSA playing Texas State. For several years, Texas State had everything to gain and nothing to lose, and it was the opposite for UTSA. And now Texas State's at the point where it's fairly even matchup, and now they're a Pac-12 team. But it is interesting when you look at trying to schedule the non-conference games, and I think it's easy for Joey McGuire and their billionaire backer, Cody Campbell, to sit there and say, we're willing to play anybody, knowing that those teams aren't going to get out of their current contracts to go play you.
Well, and not only that, I mean, especially in the SEC, you're playing a 9-game schedule. Conference schedule. You kind of want to you want a cupcake or two in the offing before that. And Texas Tech is not that, to be fair to them. So we'll see. But Joey McGuire, you got to give him credit for trying. That's for sure.
I mean, talking.
Well, talking. Yes. Speaking of talking, let's talk some Cowboys football. Our good friend Mickey Spagnola is going to join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want you to, unless you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if you're not driving, close your eyes for a minute and just dream with me, will you? Yeah, just picture yourself in a Lamborghini driving down the street, top down, your hair's blowing. It's just a great day. Maybe you got something shiny sitting next to you there that you're trying to impress. Who knows? Look, that can become more than a dream. Yeah, there is Pascucci Prestige is going to make that happen. They can make that happen because they have something really unique. Right now, they're looking for founding members, and those members are going to get exclusive perks. Instead of owning just one schwanky car, luxury vehicle, exotic vehicle, you can get access to an incredible fleet of those luxury and exotic vehicles. It's perfect for date nights, perfect for your fantasy drive with that something shiny down, just cruising down the street and everybody looking at you going, woo, look at that dude. Wow. 5 driving days every month in the vehicle of your choice, 1,000 miles every month to use across the vehicles that you drive, early access to brand new vehicles before anybody else, plus the opportunity to help influence what gets added to the fleet. Founding members get in at the beginning and then become part of something exclusive. They're even offering discounts for their first founding members. Look, this is a great deal to treat yourself, whether you're driving for a date night or an anniversary or a business meeting or just because you want to. That's the beauty of this thing. So if you've been thinking about it, now is the time. And let me tell you the perk that is not mentioned here in the script, but it makes a big difference. If renting a luxury vehicle instead of owning one, well, no insurance to pay, no maintenance to pay, none of that kind of stuff. You drive, and then you give it back to the good folks there at Pascucci Prestige. Visit them at PascucciPrestige.com. That's PASCUCCI Prestige.com. Ask them about becoming a founding member. You want to do it before all those spots fill up. Again, go to PascucciPrestige.com. PASCUCCI Prestige.com.
Sports doesn't come with an owner's manual. Good thing you got us. Breaking it down, calling it as we see it. Every day.
Just a bit outside.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new beautiful energy efficient windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and Armorview. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
This is Rob Thompson, and you're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
That always sounds good, the home of the Cowboys, right here, San Antonio Sports Star. This is the Blitz 94.1. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Our good friend Mickey Spagnola from DallasCowboys.com joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Good to see you last week in Oxnard, Mickey, and can't wait to hear what you have to say about the joint practice, since we didn't get any video of what we actually was going on out there on the field with the Rams.
Yeah, so I'll try to replay the video I've got in my little pea brain. But, after we saw how the Rams dominated the Cowboys the previous 2 times they did one of these scrimmages, both out here in Oxnard, I thought the Cowboys finally rose to the occasion, matched the Rams' intensity, matched the Rams' competitiveness in the workout, and I thought it was a good give-and-take deal for both teams. The Cowboys kind of stood their ground finally and competed, which I think is what Brian Schottenheimer most wanted to see. Not only with his offense, but especially out of his defense.
Yeah, Mickey, I think in our week out there last week, when we visited with you and watching in pads that defense, it just looks like a different attitude with those guys. And I don't know if that's a Christian Parker influence or just the fact that they've got some players out there that makes them a little more confident. What do you think that it is? Because I just think the vibe is different.
Yeah, I think it is, but I think, first of all, it has something to do with personnel. I did a study over their first 5 games last year, and nearly in every one of the games, 7 or 8 of the starters are no longer on the team. So it kind of tells you that the Cowboys did work hard to upgrade the personnel. And if you think about it, even from within, right? DeMarvion Overshown, by the time he got back from his torn ACL, he only played 7 games. They traded for Quinnen Williams. He only played 7 games. Savon Ravel, by time he recovered from his torn ACL and got out there, he started 5 of the last 7 games. So these guys are all ready for training camp, ready to go. They're out here. And so the personnel, they sign Rashawn Gary, right? So better personnel helps you play better defense, and then add in Christian Parker with his influence on the details he's trying to instill with this team being assignment ready, I think created a much better performance against the Rams, especially against the run.
Mickey Spagnola from DallasCowboys.com with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I think the key word in chalking, Mickey, that you just used about the different personnel is upgraded. Yeah, a lot of people were replaced that played a lot on the defense last year, but they were replaced with better football players. There is an obvious upgrade to the personnel. We have talked a lot on this show, and it's been talked about all over the place in Dallas nationally, about how different Jerry and company are operating this offseason. You're in there. What's been the biggest difference for you with the way this team has operated this offseason?
Well, I think that, and the fact that they upgraded the personnel on defense, some of it was spending money. The other part of it was they got a lot of veterans in here on one-year deals that have upgraded what was taking place, like P.J. Locke, Kobe Durant. These guys have played in the NFL. They've been good in the NFL. Their teams moved on, either for, and not somewhat age, but maybe they had younger guys that they were looking at to take over. But when you add Kenny Clark, too, and I know he was there for the entire season, but he had no training camp or preseason with the Cowboys. He came in cold when they traded Micah Parsons to Green Bay. And if you just add all that up, I think they've done a better job of giving Christian Parker something to work with. And then it's an entirely new defensive staff. I think they kept one guy, J.J. Clark, as an assistant linebacker coach. The rest of these guys all came in new, and they're young. As a matter of fact, I thought it was pretty funny the other day. Christian Parker was talking about his young assistants, and then he caught himself and he goes, well, yeah, they're young like me. They're not much older. And so, yeah, I think it's a good vibe that, they finally brought in. And if you want to look for a change in how they did things, usually it's been a veteran defensive coordinator they've hired, the previous 3. But this time it's a first-time one. But I think they hit something because this guy, if you guys had the opportunity to be around him or talk to him, is pretty darn sharp for 34 years old.
No doubt, and we did. We had an opportunity to interview him, and just impressive was the word that came out of both of our mouths, Jason and I, Mickey. And when you talk to this guy, it just seems to eat and breathe and live football. It just seems to be all he does and all he wants to do, and he wants to be the best. Again, impressive was the word that comes to mind.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And somebody said something to me the other day about him and his demeanor, and they said, well, he doesn't seem to say much. And I said, he's not a rah guy. He's more introspective, right? But when he talks, people listen to him. You don't have to yell and scream all the time. He's teaching, and there's different ways to teach. And the guys have gravitated towards him. They listen to him. And it's rubbed off on the other guys on the coaching staff because they hired teachers. They hired guys that get their hands dirty in the practice, not, leaving it up to some assistant or some ball boy to kind of be a part of the drill. They're in on it. I like to point out that Scott Simons, the inside linebacker coach, former DC at SMU, when they're on that 2-man blocking sled, he's not having his assistant linebacker coach standing in the middle of those pads. He's on the sled, riding along and teaching as they go. And I think that was sort of indicative of what Parker wants on his coaching staff, guys that are in there. And I thought the other day, Parker said, yeah, if you came by our defensive meeting room and heard how loud it was, you would think something's wrong. But what they're doing is making guys speak up and tell what's their assignment out loud when they're watching the video board, and making sure everybody knows what's going on. And you guys, one of the remarks I made to our guys here when talking about the scrimmage, I didn't see all these defensive plays that had busted assignments and guys standing on the field with their palms up like, what the hell, where were you, right? That just didn't happen, and that was a good sign that they're absorbing what they're supposed to know.
Mickey Spagnola from DallasCowboys.com here on the Blitz 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And Mickey, as you think about, and it's right, and even when we were talking to Christian, he said it's about the players. And so let's talk about the players. Of the defensive players, it's one thing watching them go against the Cowboys offense in Oxnard. But who stood out to you most? Obviously, Justin Barron with 3 picks, besides maybe that really popped that you went, all right, let me write him down. You know, one of those bubble guys that Saturday night everybody needs to watch.
Well, I don't know if it's a bubble guy, but obviously, yeah, Barron with 3 picks. And you know what? The bottom line on his 3 picks, he was just doing his job. He was dropping into zone coverage and figuring out where his area was, and he maintained it. He didn't get drawn off, right, going after some receiver. And all of a sudden the balls start coming right to him. I think you got to, not a lot of people talk about Malachi Lawrence, the second first-round pick, but he's a guy to keep an eye on. He's trying to learn 2 different spots as an outside defensive end in a 3-4, and then a inside kind of defensive tackle, sometimes defensive end on the nickel. He's one of those guys. You're not going to see many, if any, of the starters in the game Saturday night against Seattle. But this is a little off of what you were asking, but watching Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, and Quinnen Williams dominate a pretty darn good Rams offense in the run game was pretty impressive. And when I think back to the Cowboys playing the Rams, I think back to 2018 playoffs when the Rams ran for 273 yards and would have had 300 if they needed to. And last year in a preseason game against the Rams, the Cowboys gave up 181 yards rushing. They did a much better job, but those are much better players, right? I'm talking about 3 Pro Bowlers on that defense on the front. And I thought it was pretty funny, tongue-in-cheek, after the practice, Brian Schottenheimer said, he goes, with Quinnen Williams, we probably should keep that contract and he just signed it, I think, a little while ago today to make it official. So, yeah, but they saw how important he was to this defense, how important he was to not only in the leadership room, but just his presence in the franchise, I think, is a huge benefit and something these Cowboys needed.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. Stopping the run has been a problem over the last couple of years, and I think they've addressed that. Turning to the other side of the football, Mickey, that Rams defensive front is pretty good. And if I look at the Cowboys offensive line, obviously you've got some stars there and some young talent. The tackle positions maybe are the one question mark. How did those guys do yesterday?
I think it was, and I didn't watch as much of the offense as I did the defense, but from my understanding is that it was kind of average, probably needs to be improved. And this is without Myles Garrett on the field for the Rams. They held him out with a little bit of knee swelling, so, he doesn't need to play until September 13th, right?
Right.
So they'll make – and I don't know if you guys have ever run into him, like in person.
Yeah.
This guy is
Massive.
huge.
Massive.
I mean, he's massively big. Somebody asked me, they said, did you see Myles Garrett? And I said, no, I don't think I would recognize him because I've never seen him personally up close. And the guy said, well, he's here. Well, I'm on the field, and I see this guy walking to the Rams sideline with a sleeveless tank top on, and I'm looking and I'm going, that's Myles Garrett, right? Oh, my Lord, 23 sacks. And I said to myself, he might get 30 at that size if he stays healthy.
Come on, Mickey, you're saying it's like looking in the mirror.
I would have looked like a grandchild standing next to him.
Welcome to my world, man. For Saturday night's preseason game, and I know he had a fumble yesterday, Jaden Blue, and when you look at the running back depth on the roster, is he one that's playing for his job, do you think?
No, I think he's playing to be the backup running back. When they finished the team portion of the workout, and it was a red zone, move the ball, he was the first running back up on the no huddle not red zone. I mean the no huddle part of the offense, and then Maffa came in second. So they are giving him every opportunity to get on the field, and they need it. They need his speed on the field. And for the most part out here in training camp, I think he's had a good training camp. And you can always tell when guys are getting opportunities, because if you're, where's Blue? He didn't get on the field real much, a whole lot. But he's gotten opportunities. So now it's up to him to take advantage to prove. Because as I tell people, if he's on the nickel offense, on their nickel offense, all right, or hurry up offense, and you got Pickens and Lamb on the outside, you've got Flournoy or Cavante Turpin inside with his speed, and then put Blue speed on the field, you're going to find a lot of one-on-one coverages that they can take advantage of, because all those guys in single coverage, good luck with that. And that includes Blue, because if you're going to put a linebacker on him and it's not just a dump-off pass, guy can't run with him. So I think it's incumbent on him to be able to produce this year. Now, I don't think they would give up on him like he's got to make the 53, but he's got to be able to do something in games for him when it's the 47 guys that are active.
Mickey Spagnola from DallasCowboys.com. Appreciate you jumping on with us this afternoon. Enjoy the little party tonight down in Malibu.
Yeah, just a little Nobu action going on. Yeah, it's always fun, and the atmosphere when you're standing on a back patio that is above the ocean, can't beat it, right?
Can't. Just unfortunate timing on our trip out there and when it was available for Jerry to throw the party. Or he saw what Reinagel was drinking last year and is trying to save some money and scheduled it when he knew Joe wouldn't be there.
That should be your first question next time. It's like, okay, when's Nobu? Then we're coming for that week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
Bad planning on our part.
Yeah, sometimes it works out that way. It's
give me a
the best
call
content.
anytime. I enjoy talking to you guys.
Appreciate you, Mickey. Thank you so much. Mickey Spagnola here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
How long has Mickey been around? I mean, the Cowboys. I'm talking about.
I was going to say since the '60s. I'm sure.
I'm talking about he's been with the Cowboys forever. A long time.
And one of the things when Jerry bought the team and websites were becoming a deal, because he was at the Dallas Morning News, and call him back and get his resume, but they hired him, and he was like, I'm going to be critical. Be critical. You can be critical, just be fair. The only thing Mickey can't do is break news, because he does hear stuff.
He does.
Prior to things getting out. But outside of that, he's just like somebody working for the Dallas Morning News or the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and you've got to get ripped. You got to get ripped.
And he'll do it. Mickey, I've heard him.
It's one of the reasons that people love reading him is he's honest, kind of like Brad Sham is very honest in his broadcast. If something is making him disgusted, you're certainly going to hear that through your speakers.
No question about that. That is for sure. We got a lot more to do as we continue here on this Wednesday afternoon here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online. Just go to mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Blitz, 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? For this month only, buy a Connecticut water softener and receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station at your kitchen sink, plus 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning product. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for a full 5 years. Now, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. But this offer ends August the 31st, and once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package is gone forever. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today for better water quality, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys remain the king of the hill when it comes to the most valuable team in sports. Sportico dropped their annual NFL valuations. The Cowboys come in at a whopping $15.5 billion. That's up 21% from 2025. Cowboys' estimated operating profits for 2025 were $510 million. No other NFL team had profits over $255 million.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday afternoon. No matter what you're doing, I hope it's going your way. And thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That guy over there is Jason Minix.
Happy Wednesday. I know who's having a great day are the people with the Bernie Little League, the relief that the judge made the right decision yesterday. We'll talk about it coming up with the Bernie Little League manager, Greg Yost. Will join us in about 10 minutes from right now to talk about what this roller coaster ride has been before they head off to Williamsport. But speaking of baseball, Joe, have you checked your Twitter DMs from Pledge? You know what we do? We send stuff back and forth.
Yes, I can't even look at it. It upsets my stomach so much.
Well, if he didn't use the term, look at this glizzy.
He did that on purpose.
Oh, he did it on purpose.
He knows that pisses me off.
The glizzy?
Glizzy.
I had a hot dog for lunch.
Dude, that just looks awful.
Well,
it looks awful.
This is my question. Now, if he would have said, "Look at this hot dog,"
it still looks awful.
I'm curious. I'm with you. I wouldn't order this, right? MLB tweets out, "Is this heaven?"
No, it's not.
It's a little corn dog, and then the lovey face heart emoji with the smiles. This incredible heaven on a hot dog will be sold at the by the MLB at Field of Dreams. Dog features sweet corn relish, corn bacon jam, and crispy ranch onions.
You know,
now one bite of that's going to be all over you because it can barely stay on the hot dog in the photo.
Well, who wants that? It's got corn in it, and
you've never thought about, taking some corn and just throwing it on your hot dog?
Never have.
Me neither.
It's never crossed my mind. Or crispy onion strips, either ranch flavor, whatever the hell they're called.
Now the crispy onion strips, you go to some of those dog places that do all the crazy things. That's pretty common. I'm not a fan. If those were on there, if it came on it and I ordered it with other stuff, maybe, but I wouldn't add those. But
what happened to just a regular hot dog with a little mustard on it? How about that?
Dude, you're just boring.
How about that?
Can we get this sunk into retirement now?
Today. All beef mustard dog.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Well, at a game.
I don't know.
Maybe
or
add a
anywhere.
little chili.
Maybe a little chili. That's fine. But I damn sure don't want corn and fried onion strips on there.
What about
there's
the
no
corn bacon jam? I don't even know what that is, but that doesn't sound good to me. Bacon jam, sure. Corn? Why are we adding cream corn to the hot dog?
And I don't know what's up with that bun either. Looks like it's thick. I don't want a lot of bread. I mean,
it looks like a hot dog bun, dude.
Well, I tell you what, if you're going to the Field of Dreams game, it does not look like a hot dog.
It looks like a hot dog bun.
Whatever.
It's been toasted, but it looks like, either that's a small bun or a big wiener.
That's what, yes.
That bun looks like a normal bun. I don't know what you're looking at.
I don't know.
I love wieners.
It looks thick. Right? It looks like a lot of bread.
It's a hot dog bun.
Well, see, I prefer my hot dogs, in all honesty, I eat them on just a regular piece of bread.
You cheap.
I'm not being
At
cheap.
home?
I just like it better that way.
You don't want a bun?
No, I don't.
Why don't you just eat it with a fork and knife? Why add any bread then?
Because I want some bread. I don't want just a wiener.
Well, just get a bun.
I don't want a bun.
Don't we all wish we could see more wiener?
Piece of white bread.
And you
or
can't,
wheat toast for you.
And no, white bread. And you can't do that at a restaurant. If I go down to the Roo Pub and say I want one of their great hot dogs down there, do you think they just put it on a regular piece of bread?
If that's what you asked for.
You think they would?
Sure.
I'm going to do that the next time we're there.
But they've got good. I mean,
Their buns are fine.
Kind of like a sandwich, bread. Like you go to any of these sub shops, bread makes a huge difference in the overall quality of a sandwich.
Sure.
Bread matters. Buns matter.
They do. Like
but if you want to be like old Chris Berman with your hot dogs and have no buns at all, I mean, you can go that way.
Well, I gotta have. I can't just eat a regular dog by itself. But and you know what's horrible? Those pretzel buns.
Yeah,
they're awful.
They're
awful. I don't like pretzel buns or pretzel hamburger buns or anything like that.
Some pretzel, again, it depends on the quality of it because some of them, I don't know. Sometimes I've had those and they're really good, and other times not. They're either way too chewy or too stale. So I don't generally order pretzel buns because they're inconsistent.
Give me a couple of pretzels and wrap the dog, and I'm good. I'll be all right with that.
So now you want a pretzel wrap dog?
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
You could get that at the airport.
I think that we overthink things sometimes here in the good old U.S. of A.
Really?
Yeah, because a regular hot dog is perfect. You don't have to add a bunch of crap to it. And I think people get a little. Well, their imagination runs wild.
They get creative because they're trying to figure out a new way that they can charge you $10 for a hot dog.
Yeah, what's wrong?
And they're adding a little corn and some crispy onions to it. They added 38 cents worth of ingredients, but $5 to the price.
So you probably have a choice when you go to the Field of Dreams. Like, can I just have a regular dog, or do I have to eat this thing you're calling heaven on a bun?
You know, it's kind of like going into a restaurant and ordering the bacon cheeseburger and saying no bacon.
Well, because that's all they had, other than a smash burger.
So get the smash burger.
I'm okay with that, but I didn't want a smash burger. I wanted a regular burger with no bacon on it.
Get the bacon on the side. Get your onions and corn on the side.
For what? So I can throw it away?
Sure.
Yeah. No.
Joe Reinick.
Not doing it.
Of course not.
Dude, you know, last time I checked, this is America. I can have a hamburger any way I want.
And maybe somebody wants it with corn. It looks awful, though.
Well, it does.
Like, I don't know who thought, man, this looks really good. I'm going to do this.
Now, see, Justin is perfect, and I'm with him.
Justin is perfect. I've never heard those words from your mouth.
Well, he's probably never heard that either, but I'm just saying, he goes to Burger King, you get a mustard Whopper.
What?
Mustard Whopper. You didn't know you could get that?
Well, I haven't been to Burger King in I don't know how long.
They just opened a new one down on the end of Pear and Vidal there. You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah.
Is it in the old Arby's building?
I'll have to look. It's right there off Wurzbach Parkway and Pear and Vidal. Brand new. So we'll have to go in there and
somewhere new and close to the station. Although, man, I haven't been to Burger King in forever.
You get a mustard Whopper because other than that, they're going to have it swimming in mayo.
Mayo?
I don't know
or ketchup.
Why. And that too. So you order a mustard Whopper.
Isn't that just saying I want a Whopper with mustard instead of ketchup?
Yes.
And you don't call it a mustard Whopper. That sounds disgusting.
That's what they call it, mustard Whopper.
That almost sounds like you're taking the beef patties and dipping it in a mustard bath and throwing it on the bun.
No, that doesn't sound like that.
No,
it sounds like a mustard Whopper, like with a Whopper with mustard.
No, I want a Whopper with mustard is how you order that, not a mustard Whopper.
Well, you order
gotta
it
learn how to order.
You order it that way.
You got to learn how to order.
The technical at Burger King is a mustard Whopper.
Is that on the menu?
No, it's one of those secrets. You know, it's on their secret menu. You order a mustard Whopper. So I don't know. What is like the sandwich I had yesterday that I didn't order, or I did order and didn't think I ordered it, was swimming in mayonnaise. Is mayonnaise like cheap these days,
No,
where people just throw a bunch of mayonnaise all over everything?
People like mayonnaise.
I know that much.
Yes. On a sandwich, you get mustard or mayonnaise. A lot of sandwiches, standard, depending on the meats. Some go better with mayonnaise. You go mustard on everything because you don't like mayonnaise.
I don't like
You
mayonnaise.
also don't like peanut butter.
Don't like peanut
What's
butter.
wrong with you?
What?
I mean,
there's
Ryan
a lot
Eagle orders
wrong
a
with
peanut
me.
butter and jelly with no peanut butter.
No, don't do that. Never have done that.
You're right, Pledge. Joe is everything opposite of Burger King, where you can have it your way. Because in Joe's mind, if it's not Joe's way, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, basically. That's exactly right. Look, dude, I'm going to, again.
What?
I like what I like.
But
you make fun of me all you want.
You
I really
get mad
don't give
at
a
people
damn.
that don't like it your way.
Well, I do.
You do.
God,
You get offended because somebody wants mayonnaise on a sandwich.
Well, how about Fred? He dips his fries in mayonnaise.
Oh, that's gross.
Dude, that's disgusting.
Yet you eat your chicken fried steak with ketchup.
Yes.
And you're going to make fun of Fred and his...
Yes.
Although that is gross, Fred.
That's
that.
really gross,
Stop
Fred.
it.
And don't tell us about it. Fred, you do you, buddy, but I don't want to know about it. And
Well,
I
you
damn
just
sure
got
don't-
to quit that.
I don't ever want to see it, for sure.
Kind of like seeing somebody eat their chicken fried steak with ketchup.
A lot of people do that.
Just you.
No, a lot of people
Just you. We got a guest coming on. Let's get out of here.
Oh, we do, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
That's right. Greg Yost, the manager of the Bernie Little Leaguers. A little drama with them. Even made national news, this story, which was crazy. I saw that this morning. National news. They're talking about Bernie Little League and the disqualification. So we'll talk to the manager of the Bernie Little Leaguers, Greg Yost. He joins us next here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, AC, and Heating. 210-651-5899, 651-5899. They are great in emergency situations, great with their maintenance programs, and even programs that you didn't know you needed. They'll solve problems for you. Like if your house smells, they call it the Breathe Easy package, where they will come out and pull and deep clean your blower motor, blower wheel, and AC housing. They'll clean your coil and disinfect the inside of your AC cabinet. Then they're going to install a UV light and zap the bacteria and other stuff that's in there. You'll get cleaner air, a fresher home, and an AC system that smells like it should. It's the Breathe Easy package. Call Quartermoon, 210-651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic is coming to the Silverhorn Golf Club Monday, September 21st. Registration opens Monday at sasportstar.com. The first 20 who register on Monday, August 17th, receives a free Yingling golf towel. Mark your calendar for Monday, August 17th, and be the first to register for the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic. See you there.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-550-8841. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-550-8841. That's 800-550-8841.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Still using the I got a guy approach for your digital marketing? Relying on one person in today's rapidly shifting online landscape is costing you more in lost opportunities. You need the deep bench expertise of Conrex Digital. We provide more than just a presence. We deliver results. From high converting websites and SEO to engaging social content and lead generation on Google and Meta, we handle it all. Dominate your competition with expert programmatic and streaming TV campaigns. Bold marketing, real results. Visit conrexdigital.com. Conrex Digital makes it happen.
This is the home of the Aggies. This is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Best place to be. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And what a wild couple of days for the Bernie Little League. They are going to the Little League World Series in Williamsport. Let's talk about it with their manager, Greg Yost, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. I know your phone has been ringing off the wall. Appreciate you taking the time with this, Coach. Explain what the last 24, 48 hours have been like for you and your team.
Hey there. Yeah, a little bit of an emotional roller coaster with some of the stuff going on, but I'll tell you, I could not be happier for these kids and could not be more proud of what they've dedicated and committed to the process and competing up in Waco.
Well, I tell you, Coach, when you look at how you played that last game against Louisiana, you played with the fact that, hey, we got to win this game and we got a chance to go to the World Series. There was never we got to save a pitcher or two for this or for that, because you were told, am I right, that the Oklahoma team was disqualified?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We were told about 2 hours before game time that our semifinal had been converted into the championship game, and we game planned for that. And we certainly our in-game strategy was also dictated by the fact that we were playing for a championship. You bet.
Well, and then of course you look at that, and then you find out you win the game, you're celebrating, you think you're going, and then how did you find out that a judge granted a TRO and thought you might have to play a game after all?
We thought it was a bunch of just internet rumors at first. But, yeah, Little League had informed us even after the court documents were circulated. The Little League informed us that we had been crowned the Southwest Region champion, so we weren't too worried about it. And, Little League had put out their statements, and we just rolled with it.
Well, y'all did a good job, and obviously you were rewarded for that. Greg, I want to ask you, just when you look at these little leaguers, and when did you know that these guys could be something special?
I've been coaching a lot of these kids for a number of years, and just seeing them grow up in the game of baseball and from team to team and different age groups and all that. And every kid has made such dramatic growth in the game as a baseball player and as a young man. that's been pretty special to watch. You know, as far as how competitive we would be in the All-Star process, you just never know until you play the games. You don't know what the competition looks like, and you don't know how your pitchers will stack up against their hitters, and you don't know how your hitters will stack up against their pitchers. But it sounds like we've measured up so far, so I couldn't be more pleased.
Greg, Greg Yost, the manager of the Bernie Little League team. I'm going to ask you a very unfair question. Over the last 24 hours, when you were dealing with courts, who was harder to deal with and explain stuff to, the kids or their parents?
You know, the kids didn't know a whole lot. We didn't ever visit with the kids formally about any of that stuff. That's, you know, they're 12 and they don't understand all that. And some of them have phones and they learned of it through news media, but the parents, it was difficult. It was definitely difficult to communicate with parents. I just asked for patience, and the parents were wonderful. Families were wonderful, and all's well that ends well.
I would imagine, Greg, that the community there, the parents there, and everybody is just supportive of this team, and now especially. I would imagine you guys are a bunch of celebrities, aren't you?
Well, certainly the Bernie community has been very supportive. Lots of outpouring of support and messages of, you know, congratulations, and that's been wonderful. Couldn't be more thankful for such a supportive Bernie community, and it extends beyond Bernie, is of course too. The greater San Antonio area has been marvelous. So couldn't ask for a better community.
You know, when you're up in Waco and you're going through everything, and all right, you realize that Tulsa team has been disqualified, and there's been some people that have asked us. So I'll ask you, what did Tulsa actually do? And getting disqualified, was that the right thing by the Little League?
You know, I'll leave that for Little League to decide. They, of course, established the rule book and they enforced the rule book. You know, they made their decision, and it is what it is, and we're going to just abide by the decisions that their authorities have in place and the decisions they've made.
All right, Greg, you guys getting ready for the Little League World Series. What do you do between now and the time you leave for Williamsport?
Well, I know several of our guys went out and had batting practice on their own this afternoon. I've seen a few of them up there. I've talked to a few of the dads. So guys are out working today, getting some swings in. We're going to have team practice tomorrow, and then we've got a 6 a.m. flight out of San Antonio on Friday morning.
So the answer's pack. Get your laundry done and pack, because
exactly.
it's been a long trip. Now,
Absolutely.
but you guys don't. So you leave Friday, but you don't play until what, next Friday, right?
That's correct. We'll be in Williamsport for about 7 days, 6.5 days before we actually play a game. And there's all sorts of activities from kind of handing out swag and the opening ceremonies. There's a parade in town, and there's different activities for the kids to engage in. So they will be busy, and the coaching staff will be busy, because it's our chore to manage the kids.
Yeah, I would imagine you are going to be busy.
Knucklehead question. Have you been before?
I have not. 2 years ago when Bernie went to Williamsport, I was unable to make it up there, and I'm sad I wasn't able to be there, but very excited about seeing it for the first time.
All right, so because I was going to ask, what's the coolest part? So you've heard about it. What is the thing you're looking forward to most, not just as a manager, but just as a fan of the game?
Yeah, as a fan of the game, it's obviously the highest level of 12U baseball in the country, and it's kind of a baseball mecca. The facilities are incredible. You've got kids from all over the world. There's 10 domestic teams. There's 10 international teams. All the kids hang out, get to know each other, become friends. I think that's super special to see a community of baseball players who are all obviously very good at the game, getting to hang out and just be kids together away from the field.
Well, and that's a good point that you're making there. And so for that 7 days, your kids are going to be able to they'll be able to watch baseball, right? I mean, are they starting baseball, or is it just kind of like we're going up there to get used to the surroundings?
A little bit of both. We will definitely find a time and a place to practice and get work in. We don't want the kids to lose their edge. But certainly there's going to be lots of time for. I've heard the stories of pickleball and ping pong and just hanging out in the lounge and guys trading. Pin trading is a big deal. We'll take a bunch of pins to represent the state of Texas, and some people from out of state think that's really cool, especially folks from overseas. They see the shape of the state of Texas and they want that. So we'll get to trade pins and stick them on that ball caps, and there will be a lot of good memories.
You know, as you say all that, and with everything, all the drama, you mentioned the roller coaster, has it sunk in yet that you guys are going to the Little League World Series?
I think it sunk in this morning when I woke up for the first time. For the first time, it felt real.
So what, butterflies? Are you nervous or excited or a little of all of that?
You know, I'm more calm than I expected. I think the boys are maybe more calm than they expected. The Southwest region is notoriously difficult to get through. There are some Texas is a baseball state, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. There are some phenomenal baseball players in this part of the world. So getting through the Southwest region was a big deal. And I think a lot of us are looking at it like Williamsport's the icing on the cake. Just getting to go experience that is going to be special. We are expecting success, but we are also just excited to be there.
It's going to be so much fun. You're going to represent the area extremely well, the state of Texas. Bernie manager Greg Yost, before we let you go, you're a baseball guy through and through. You're probably the perfect person to answer this question. Major League Baseball put on Twitter a few minutes ago a hot dog that they're going to be selling at the Field of Dreams game. It's a hot dog that has sweet corn relish, corn bacon jam, and crispy ranch onions. And I'm looking at that going, how do you eat that at a game? In your mind, you're a baseball guy. What is the best way? What is the way to have a hot dog?
My favorite hot dog is just simple with ketchup.
Oh, gosh, Greg, please, dude. Man, I thought you were going to go there and just a simple dog with mustard. That's how. And then you went ketchup, Greg. Come on.
I can do the mustard, but my preference is the ketchup. Yeah, I like a good ballpark hot dog. You can't beat it.
No,
but no sweet corn relish and corn bacon jam, and it'd be all over you before you got halfway through. You
know what, though? I might try one just to say I did.
There you go. Have fun in Williamsport. Good luck to the Bernie Little League. And, as this ride continues, man, we'll probably be calling you again, man. Good luck. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take care.
Appreciate it. Greg Yost, the manager of the Bernie Little League, as they're on their way to the Little League World Series here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm sure these kids are the best kids there are, but they're kids. These coaches have their work cut out for them. It'd be like herding cats for 7 days.
A bunch of 12-year-olds in the greatest playground there is.
It's going to be great. Mm-hmm. What an experience for them. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Good for them, and we all wish them the best of luck, that's for sure. We got to take a break, Minix, and when we come back, though, we had some Cowboys sound that we need you to hear because, well, it's important, and that's what we do here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before we get away, though, I mentioned it already. It's hot outside. I just wanted you to think a minute. If you're running your air conditioner and you're running it pretty much nonstop and your house just isn't getting cool, maybe a reason for that. It could very well be your windows. It might be time to replace your windows. Maybe a few of them, maybe all of them. Doesn't matter. Right now, Window Nation can help you get that done. And not only can they help you get that done, they're going to help you get it done at a great price. Check this out. 50% off of all window styles. So just think about that for a minute. You want to replace 2 windows on your house? You only pay for one of them. That's an incredible deal. 4 windows, you pay for 2. You know where I'm going with this. 2-for-1 windows. That's an incredible deal. Not to mention the fact that they're doing 0 down payment, no payments or interest for 2 years. So you can upgrade your house with brand new windows and not have to worry about it for 2 years. That's an incredible deal. You need to get it done. If you've been thinking about it or you're just now starting to think about it, Window Nation is the company you need to think about. They are the best. I tell you what, their reviews are fantastic. They've got a bazillion 5-star reviews. Not a bazillion. How about 45,000? Also got an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. They're also a proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project. I think that's important as well. Window Nation is absolutely the best. They're tried, they're true, and they make good windows that will fit your home perfectly. This sale is not going to last a long time. I mean, it's 2 for 1, for goodness sake. It can't last that long. They're a business. They need to make money too. But right now, it's all about you. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Window Nation is the company you need to remember. Schedule that fast free consultation. You can do it right now at windownation.com. That is windownation.com.
Every team is undefeated. Every rookie looks like a star. Every fan is planning a parade. The latest training camp updates are here.
We're ready for some football, baby.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? For this month only, buy a Connecticut water softener and receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station at your kitchen sink, plus 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning product. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for a full 5 years. Now, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. But this offer ends August the 31st, and once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package is gone forever. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today for better water quality, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
I like shorts that are pretty short.
What do kids want to wear back to school? We ask them.
I love wearing things that make me feel confident. They have to be like really comfortable too. Yeah. Nike shoes, running shoes.
Like I think I wear my Birkenstocks every single day.
I just wear what I want and I let other people wear what they want.
Right now at Academy Sports and Outdoors, get Nike, Adidas, and Reebok athletic shoes from $29.99 through August 12th. Academy. Fun can't lose.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit cicada.org.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here, and I've got a question for you. What if every month you had access to a different exotic car? Well, that's what Pascucci Prestige membership is all about. Instead of owning one dream car, you get access to an entire collection of incredible vehicles and concierge-level service. It's luxury without the long-term commitment. You know, if you've ever wondered what it's like to live the exotic lifestyle, this is your chance. Pascucci Prestige. Visit PascucciPrestige.com and book your ride today.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
Coming up on the AJ and Rob Show,
Preseason is now officially underway. We got a load full of games to talk about.
Are you ready for some football? I am, but there's a big vote going down to the city council halls today. Which way is it going to go? Is this Project Marvel on track, or are we going to have to do this all again? We're talking about it. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wednesday afternoon, man. We are halfway home to the weekend. Just about ready to slide right over the top of that hump. Right into the weekend. We're getting close, and that's a good thing. But thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Cowboys off today after a tough joint practice with the L.A. Rams.
And again, the joint practices, coaches like those, especially for their starters, more so than in the preseason games, even though they keep things as vanilla as possible. But I do think, the Cowboys all said they got some good work, and by all accounts, that defense, which is obviously the focal point for this team because they were so piss poor a year ago, showed well. I forget, was it Joe Hoyt or John Machota said, 10 minutes in last year, they were shell-shocked. Not the case this year. And, even Brian Schottenheimer talking about how well that defense played.
We're a different defense. You guys know that. I mean, you can look at us on paper and see we're a different defense. Having practice against us every day, the mentality and the mindset of the defense is different. So I think that's great. They challenge you a lot of different ways. They're a very, very physical run team. They run the hell out of the duo play where they just gap things down, and the ball usually bounces to corners and Kyron Williams, and those guys are very physical. Matthew Stafford's got an unbelievable ability to get the ball out of his hand fast, so they're hard to get home on. But a few guys jumped out today. Quinton Williams, I think we probably should keep that contract. I think that was a good contract for us. Thrilled about him. What he's brought to this team from a leadership standpoint can't be talked about enough. He wanted to be here. It was all part of the grand scheme. We had the big trade to try to figure out something like that, and couldn't be happy enough for them. But I thought it was a battle. They had their plays, we had our plays. It's what a joint practice should look like.
Well, and again, I think the defense showed well, and that's a good thing, even against Matthew Stafford. And that's the one thing you look at. Look, the backup quarterbacks, and you could take that with a grain of salt. But when you got ones going against ones, that's when it's important to see.
Well, and especially, you're going against a guy that will be in the Hall of Fame.
No doubt.
They played well against those guys, and Shotty even talked about. It's what you can get out of a joint practice that is the reason why you do them.
I think so. I think that's what we're all finding out. This year we're doing two. We're going to do this one, and then a week from now we're going to play against the Saints, and you get great work. This relationship with Sean is really easy. He and his coordinators and operationally is awesome. It was our time to come here to be with them. I actually wanted the heat. I never wear shorts. Actually, a couple of our guys said, "Shot, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, why?" They said, "You got shorts on." I never really show off my legs. I got good legs too, but I never show them off. But it was hot, and we need that getting ready to go back to Texas here in a couple weeks.
Well, they're going back to Texas, but they practice inside.
Well, they got the outdoor fields
they
if
practice
they need it.
Inside.
I mean,
come on. Bill Parcells is probably climbing a wall right now. Jeez. Oxnard, where it's 75 degrees. Go back to Texas and you practice in a bubble. Jeez.
It's about player safety, man.
Yeah.
What, do you want to go back to Wichita Falls for a week?
No, I don't.
Well, we cover them.
Well, I guess no. I have no desire to go back to Wichita Falls or Austin, Texas, for that matter. When they had it there, it was hot as hell.
Or even Thousand Oaks back in the day.
That's true.
Because that's in the desert.
It's really funny how just a little ways up the road makes all the difference. Because Thousand Oaks is not that far from Oxnard.
It's not, but it's inland.
Well, it is, yes. We saw that watching the weather after Andy Griffith. How the temperatures change depending on where you're at in California.
Can we get this into retirement now?
Joe Reinagle's in his 60s. Joe Reinagel has been to California many times.
I have.
Yet the weather was on, and it's like he'd never seen a map of California before.
I'm not sure exactly what that means, but okay.
Well, it's not like the weather girl was hot, and you were like, dude, I can't believe it's 20 degrees warmer over there. It's not that far away.
It was a hell of a lot warmer than that. They had hundreds.
Yeah.
In some places over there. So.
I know it.
So when you tell people, you have to specify. It was only 7. I told somebody that this morning. Yeah, only 75 degrees or so, below 80 and low 60s, high 50s at night.
Yeah.
And they're like, in Southern California? So you kind of got to explain.
Well, again, if you're on the coast, it's going to be colder. If you're inland, it's going to be warmer.
Well, obviously that's the case. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Well, right after Andy Griffin, we had a weather tutorial.
Well,
and then the feels like temperature debate actually happened at the house.
Well, that's going to happen anywhere that some, weather person decides to throw that in because it's ridiculous.
It happens over beers, people. It really does.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, that's some of the conversations that we have. It's like, well, what's it feel like out here? And I'm going, I don't know. It feels cold. And I'm like, so let me get out my calculator and say, I don't know, the temperature's 62, but it feels like it's 52 minutes. There it is.
Well, that'd be dramatic, but it probably felt like it was 59.
No, it didn't feel like anything other than cold. That's all it felt like. There's no number attached to that. That's what makes the whole thing ridiculous.
Well, cold?
It's cold.
I mean, can we just go ranges on temperatures, or do you want the specific number? Because, high 90s or 101, it's still hot, right?
Sure. Well, that's why I never understood the whole...
Low 60s is good enough for me. Cold.
Well, it depends on where you're at.
Why does that depend? Why do you need a specific number?
Because if you're... I don't care about the number, but if you're on the beach and the wind's blowing, it's cold. If you're more away or near the marina and you're in buildings and you can't feel that, it's not as cold.
It's buildings.
Yeah, there's buildings.
Well, if you're in the buildings, you're not worried about the temperature outside.
Okay, well, if you'd listen and pull the crap out of your ears, what I said was when you're inland and you're around buildings, you can't feel the air. I didn't say we were in buildings. Jesus. What is this? You just, I don't know, trying to make, like you're a smart guy or something? I don't understand.
I'm just trying to figure out where you're going with that.
I'm not going anywhere with it.
Do you get a feels like temperature inside?
No. Why would, I don't understand where you're going with any of this. It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It's a hump day.
Yeah.
It's a hump day.
Okay.
Hump day?
I think we can get back into the obvious middle fingers to one Micah Parsons from everybody with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, just the subtle hints without saying it. Stephen Jones on the Inside Football podcast talking about how bad their defense was.
Obviously, it was well below any type of standard. Yeah. I mean, it was historically, unfortunately, not good. And, if we'd been able to play middle-of-the-road defense, I think we'd have been right in the middle of the playoffs. And who knows, because this offense with, Dak's leadership, he just keeps getting better every year. One of the things I always recollect from Troy and Tony when they retired is they said, I hate I'm having to retire because of my physical, because mentally I think I'm the best quarterback I've been in my entire career because you just keep getting better. And I think Dak feels that way. He thinks he's going to have his greatest year that he's ever had. And, of course, we were able to bring back, the entire offense. And then we got a few pieces that could step up.
You hear that part, and you know how they talk about quarterbacks getting better with age? Like everybody else in the NFL, when you turn 30, your career is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case for quarterbacks. Now, am I surprised that Stephen Jones would go on any show and say, Dak thinks this is going to be the best year he's ever had? I think I've heard that from him for, 6-7 years, right? But watching Dak this year, just he always carries himself a competent way, but not shying away from Super Bowl talk and just all of it. Some of the sideline stuff from yesterday, and I still don't know what "still their clocks" mean. I'm too old to understand what that reference was, but what he was saying. But I wonder if Steven actually has a point this year with Dak, the game slowing down, because Tony Romo was injuries, Troy Aikman at the end was injuries. Yet they talked. I've heard them both talk about mentally that was as sharp as they've ever been. Their bodies just couldn't do it anymore.
Well, that's obviously not the case with Dak. I mean, Dak is in good shape. He even is running with the football a little bit more. Now, whether that happens once the games start or not remains to be seen. But look, Dak's seen everything. I mean, he's going in his 11th year. He's seen everything. I don't think there's anything a defense can throw at Dak Prescott that he hasn't seen. And so I think when you're talking about a veteran quarterback like that, he's going to go out. He's going to play well. He's obviously a good quarterback. And why wouldn't you think you're going to have the best year of your career? I think Dak thinks that. I think the Jones family thinks that. And if he does, the Cowboys are going to be pretty damn successful. It remains to be seen. I like players that are confident going in. Then you got to see it on the field, because the Cowboys are as confident as I've seen them in a long time. And the vibe is in, and we've talked ad nauseum about that. I mean, they look good, they look confident, they look ready to go. It's just when the lights come on, how do they play? And that's what I'm anxious to see. And I can't wait for that first game of the regular season to see how it translates from training camp into the real deal.
Well, and that's it. And again, I expect them to be a playoff team this year. I expect them to be good. But do I trust them to be good in the playoffs? Will playoff Prescott emerge and everybody else? But you talk about the confidence. This team especially, and maybe because, I don't know, Mike McCarthy sets a different tone. Jason Garrett was what it's like there seemed to be a time where, because of the jokes, a lot of Cowboy people from Jerry down didn't use the Super Bowl word. They would talk about goals and holding and come up with other things, but they never talked Super Bowl. Everybody on this team, and it's a confidence level that they have, that mindset going in, is talking Super Bowl. Hell, I heard Rashawn Gary earlier today on Rich Eisen talking about there's one goal.
We as a nation, being the Cowboys, we know we want one thing only, and that's to win the ring. And that's been our mindset going through camp. That's been our mindset from all the way to OTAs. You could tell how the organization is in terms of their mindset, the moves that they've been making, and everything's just been in the right trajectory. But we just want to win.
He's a guy. You talk about watching guys, and we're not going to see him during the preseason, but he's a guy that I want to see play. Because I've said this before, the jury for me is still out on this guy. Shereen Williams kind of backed that up yesterday, saying he didn't really have a great year with Micah Parsons on the other side last year. And so I'm anxious to see. He's the guy right now. You got to figure, you throw in Ezraku, but they brought in Rashawn Gary to be the guy, at least for now, until they add somebody, if in fact they do. I want to see how he plays. And is he the guy that they think he's going to be? I've heard a lot of guys talk about him, and they say all the right things, obviously, but he's one guy that I'm really going to watch when they take on the Giants there in week 1.
Because in reality, he's not Quinnen Williams, probably the because some of the new faces showed up in the middle of last year. But when you look at Rashawn Gary, and to the point you have made, and Shereen Williams, underscored it the other day, they added a Micah Parsons, and it's not like Rashawn Gary statistically benefited from it.
Right.
I can't say that I watched enough Green Bay games to where I can say, yeah, man, this Rashawn Gary did this or Rashawn Gary did that. But you add a Micah Parsons, he's getting the double team. Somebody like a Rashawn Gary should do extremely well. You look at, what Tank Lawrence and how well he did with Micah Parsons getting the attention. Oso Odigizua the same way. And you kind of thought Rashawn Gary would have benefited in that way once Micah Parsons became a Packer, and that didn't happen. But maybe it's because of the yellow pants. I don't know. And I don't think that your questioning Rashawn Gary has anything to do with him being a Michigan man, but he's got that on his resume as well.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, but when you look at and you think about that defensive front is good. That defensive front might be the best unit in that defensive front in the entire NFL. I mean, they are that good.
Mm-hmm.
They should, because until we see it in a game, but they should be so much tougher to run on, which, again, will you have the domino effect? The secondary should be much better, partly because they're getting seemingly better coaching. That's Christian Parker's specialty, and when we were out there, you see him working a lot with the secondary guys. At the same time, you also look at and say, well, they brought in better players. They invested in the secondary. You add in a Caleb Downs. I mean, overall, I think one of the reasons why this defense will be better is they got better players across the board than what they had a year ago.
I don't think there's any question about that. If these guys perform, it was well talked about. There could be 3 rookies starting on that defensive unit. It's very possible that could be the case. And if that is the case, obviously you're going to have some hiccups out there. I don't think there's not a rookie that's ever been come into the NFL that hasn't made a mistake or two, and every rookie's going to. But to just have the youth and to have players that you have drafted that you feel that good about that they're starting week 1, you got to feel pretty good about your defense. I still believe that somebody's coming.
Yep.
I have to believe that, whether that's a Von Miller, I don't think it's a Max Crosby, but nobody's closing the door on that particular thing, or is it a linebacker or maybe a veteran a defensive back? Somebody is coming before the season begins. That's my gut tells me that. The things that Steven and Jerry have said tell me that. Even Schottenheimer has said that he believes that they're looking for talent. And he said that a couple of times when we were out at camp. So somebody else is coming to help that defense, and they're going to be much improved. If the offense can do what they did last year, this is going to be a very difficult team to beat. It's going to be fun to watch.
Amen. I mean, and you're right. Again, can the offense be as good as it was last year? Hell, can the offense be better than it was last year? Generally speaking, second year in the same system, you get better production. And you get second year in the same system with all the same guys. It's not like this year they're trying to figure out what do we really have with the George Pickens and what can we do with him and how is he going to fit in. They already know that. The honeymoon for the offense is over. Now it's time for them to go. And that's certainly going to be a whole lot of fun to watch.
I think it's going to be fun to watch. And, again, if you've got a defense that you can rely on to stop somebody, it's going to be fun. And I think this Cowboy team will be a tough team to beat. They've got a tough schedule. They really do, especially in the middle portion of that schedule. But they should be a playoff team. And I think if I had to pick right now, they're going to take them to win that division. I don't think there's any question. Anybody that discounts them the way – well, one guy did yesterday, Colin Cowherd. I just think is wrong.
Well, and again, although we talk about all this and with the offense, left tackle has to be figured out, and Brian Schottenheimer knows it.
Yeah, I think I thought what I saw was really, really good. Again, I want to see the tape before I speak to it, but he's been stacking a lot of really good days, and because of that, I'm proud of it. Like I've said, I'm not going to shy away from it. He's one of the most talented tackles I've ever been around, and so he's just got to put it all together. And I think you see a young player that's maturing, and that's a great thing for the Cowboys.
And he's talking about Tyler Guyton, and Tyler Guyton's got to stay healthy. That's the other thing that's been a problem for Tyler Guyton. So, yeah, and probably it's got the most important position on that offensive line. And you're going into a season with question marks.
Well, and sacks are one thing, but look at the hits Dak has taken.
Oh, yeah.
And that takes its toll as well. I just always question a coach following a practice like that says, before I say anything, I need to go look at the tape.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that pissed me off. I just got to see, was it his fault or somebody else's before I rip him in the media?
Yeah, exactly right. And that's pretty much the Cowboy way these days, isn't it? We don't say bad things about others on the podium. We don't do that. We got to take a break. pay a few bills, but we'll be back. We got a lot more to do in the last hour of this program. We'll talk a little bit more. There's been a listening session added. Jason?
Another one?
Another one.
For what?
Well, because I guess that message is just starting to get through, and she wants to make sure that it does. We'll tell you when the listening session is planned, and we'll try to keep our cool if we can. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items, you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing over on San Pedro. You need your logo on a golf shirt, fishing shirt, dress shirt, go see Sam. You know he has all the big name brands. He can also put that logo on caps. He has over 25,000 caps on display in his showroom and more than 75 color combinations just waiting for your logo. And he's got the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. If you need T-shirts screen printed, he'll get you taken care of. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. And his new sign shop can take care of your signs, your banners, flags, car magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. He's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. So call 210-824-3900 or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's 1 mile inside Loop 410 right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Pow. KTFM Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insured.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice: talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
$12.5 billion, about a year after being sold for $10 billion. The record-breaking sale is going to Josh Kushner and former Disney CEO Bob Iger. In other NBA news, the Spurs international games were announced. They will take on the Pelicans in Paris January 14th, and then again in Manchester on January 17th.
from the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Day!
He just got to quit that.
Day on a hump day!
Hump
day! Jerry doesn't like hump day or what? What the hell? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hope you are having a great Wednesday, whatever you're doing. Thank you for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
The mayor must be using a old Greg Popovich philosophy. You remember back in the day, there was a saying on the wall in the locker room that kind of became the theme of the San Antonio Spurs. The Jacob Reese quote about pounding the rock.
Yeah.
And you might not get it the first time or the second time or the third time, but if you keep pounding the rock, eventually it's going to break.
Sure.
Maybe that is what the mayor's thinking is with these damn listening sessions that to me seem like a waste of time. But she knows she needs to convince her city council members that maybe she can change their minds, because right now the majority seem to be against it. KSAT is reporting, doing a little poll, that the majority right now are going to vote this down. But maybe if she keeps pounding the rock and pounding the rock, they'll say, all right, Mayor, let's see what the people want. Maybe, because why are we adding yet another listening session? But by all accounts and all the reporting that I've seen on them, there's been nothing new coming out of it, nothing earth-shattering, nothing that would say, you know what, the mayor's got a point, maybe we do need to have a vote.
Well, it's the same message, and if the message hasn't gotten through now...
Well, just keep pounding the rock.
What makes it, and there's no way, I mean, it's the same losing message, and that's the problem. And so if she wants to add another listening session so she can get up and talk about whatever, and again... Again, we've been told by people that have attended this, it's mostly her supporters anyway. So maybe it's an ego thing for her. Maybe she gets up there and she's like, yeah, Mayor, go. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. This thing, unless I'm sadly mistaken, it doesn't have a chance in hell of passing city council on Monday.
No, and I saw on Facebook earlier, Mark White from District 10. He's got a video that outlines the spending, and the video is very well done, and the graphics on there looks like a fifth grader made them, so it's easy to read, right? And that's not a knock on Mark. It's just the simplicity of what we're talking about. Yet there's another listening session. In a Mark White's video, and he's been on with us many times, unlike our mayor, he has said that this is a waste of time and is explained how the money can be spent. It's not like there's a $489 million bucket of money going to the Spurs that could be used for other things. We all know that. Now, again, I kept waiting to hear, is there something else that would have us question if this is actually needed? And by all accounts, there is not. Keep in mind, the Spurs have committed $500 million towards this project and all cost overruns. Tell me any project, whether it's a simple home remodel job or a major construction thing where there haven't been cost overruns.
There's always cost overruns.
There's going to be cost overruns.
Always, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, are there going to be some other things where it would affect us, other bonds? Yes, and we were told that from the beginning. There's always infrastructure bonds all over the place that affect the entire city, not just this project. And there's an article in the Current that the headline itself is just comical. Can you read it? I got a pop-up ad that I can't get rid of on this article, so I can't read the damn headline.
Yeah, I don't think the Current gives a damn about whether you can read their articles or not. They just want you to see their pop-up ads. San Antonio voters will get another vote on the new Spurs arena, whether they want one or not. It's a $220 million infrastructure bond, and it will improve the downtown area where the arena will go. That is for sure, but there are other things we've been told that this money will go to as well. And yes, people will get to vote on this thing. Now, again, bonds happen all the time, and it will be interesting what happens then. So if this is the case, and I don't read the San Antonio Current much. I've talked about the San Antonio Current more during this debate than I've ever even thought about it. But I think the Current works for the mayor, especially Michael Carlos. I think he's a plant posing as a journalist. However, it's almost like it's almost like they're arrogant. Like, yeah, well, you may win this one, but you're not going to win the next one.
Well, and again, this one, the work is already going to be done. The city spokesperson, Brian Chasnoff, I don't know, tells the Current that $220 million infrastructure bond and the broader Project Marvel Sports Entertainment District is necessary before the city can disperse this money. Sure, the proposed bond program and ballot structure have not yet been determined. Staff will be briefed on that in September. Right?
Well, after this. That's why I don't understand why she's doing this.
Well, that's it. But let's go back. When this was all starting, Ron Nirenberg said on this very program that there are steps to this, and that would be a step, but that's kind of one of those things that the entire city benefits from. It's not just going to be for stuff happening downtown. And maybe if in these listening sessions, and if she said this and I haven't seen this reported, I'll stand corrected. But with everything that I've seen, if she were talking about stuff like this, sure. I saw a Jordan Elder report on from News 4. It was on her social media that the mayor's now, and I'm not quoting Jordan directly because Jordan doesn't speak this way publicly. The mayor was bitching that the $75 million that the Spurs are contributing isn't good enough because that's about $2.5 million a year, and that can only buy a handful of speed bumps.
Wow. If somebody gave you $75 million, would you complain about it?
Over 30 years? No.
No. I'd be okay with it. $2.5 million a year? Please sign me up.
When you don't have to. When they don't have to.
Exactly. So that on its face is ridiculous. But look, this bond issue is an issue, and folks will get a chance to vote on it. My thinking is, though, the mayor, she's fighting a losing battle right now. And I don't know, again, if this is all ego, these listening sessions, or what her plan is. I'll be shocked if city council supports her on another vote in November. But again, we will have to deal with a bond election, and that's just a fact. It's something we knew was coming.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that. So if she wants another, that's the one that's coming. And so is she going to fight against bond for improvements to the city? It will be interesting to see how she phrases that and fights that.
Now, one of the things, and the Current does report, while it appears unlikely Jones will succeed, a majority of council recently told KSAT they oppose the proposal. City voters will likely get another say on the arena project anyway, because voters must approve a bond to fund the hemisphere improvements needed before arena construction can get underway. And that's accurate and not new news. We were told about this long ago.
Yes.
The one thing, and Ron Nirenberg did say this while he was still mayor on this show. Remember, we were doing a show out at Retama Park when he was on with us.
That's true.
That the one thing he wished they would have done differently is not call it Project Marvel and release those renderings, because this is all about the arena. Project Marvel is completely different. And we know, as the mayor has pointed out 1,000 times, that there's parts of that Project Marvel that are no longer a part of this. The land bridge is gone, and that big hotel apparently is gone. And what does the Current use? That original rendering that shows stuff that we know now is not going to be a part of the deal. But this is the arena project. This isn't about Project Marvel. But a lot of us, a lot of people still just call this whole project Project Marvel, and that's a bit of a mistake. And that's where there seems to be so much confusion, because did we vote on this? Are we not getting a land bridge and we voted on it? We didn't vote on a land bridge.
No, we didn't.
Right?
It was all the arena, every bit of it.
But people, including Rob Thompson, and still calls it all Project Marvel because that's the way it was introduced to us.
Sure. Again, I don't know what she's doing. She's added another listening session Friday night. If you want to go, it's go. I hope there's some new faces there that will actually push back on this thing. And
well, she won't call on those people.
Well, and I think City. Well, don't wear a Spurs shirt. If you're in opposition to, just wear a regular shirt. Okay, don't go wearing a Spurs shirt, because if you do that, she won't call on you.
Now, I will say this just based on stuff that I've seen. Now. And there's no way to verify this, at least for me. But it feels like when she does take questions, they feel like they are people that, they know what the questions are going to be, right? Now, I did see, and when we talked to Jordan on the show the other day, there were a couple people that had opposing questions, but they get quick answers, and then she moves on. There's not really a lot of debate, not really a lot of listening. Now, we're listening here. If you want to chime in, easy to do. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. George, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jason. Hey, Joe. Big fan, guys. Love listening to you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that, George.
So I don't know. For me, being the mayor, what a great way to just step in. The Spurs are winning, the new arena. I mean, it sounds like she's got a pretty easy job, but she's just complicating stuff for herself. We voted on this, and everybody said they wanted a stadium. Now, I didn't know it wasn't called Project Marble no more. That's new information to me, and that's good to know because, we need to be informing this stuff. And, Joe, do you think if I wear I Hate Spurs shirt to one of those listenings, I'll get picked?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you will, George. Or just wear a regular shirt. But we've been told that if you are wearing a Spurs shirt, typically you're not going to get called on. So,
and told by a guy named Eloy, who is a great listener of this program and is commenting right now on our YouTube page. And he says at the meeting he went to, wearing a Spurs shirt, rose his hand a gazillion times, never got called on. He writes right now, she did say at the first session, if they don't have the votes Monday, she would move on. We have to fix the budget.
Well, I hope that's the case, Madam Mayor. I really do. I hope that's the case. Move on and do the business of this city because this is, again, a losing proposition for you because it doesn't require a vote. It's already done.
Yep.
There are other things to get done in this city besides this, and this, for whatever reason, has become her obsession. I don't know what other kind of city business she's doing right now. But it appears that this is her main focus and has been her main focus for some time. And I hope she's true to her word that if this fails on Monday, which I fully expect it to do, then she will get on and do the city's business and improve this city and try and knock that deficit down a little bit. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you want to comment on this, the best way to do it is go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can get there by going to sasportsstar.com. There's a nice little shortcut there. You can like, subscribe, and comment on that. Or you can give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. He's at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinigle 210. When we come back, we can continue discussing this. We've also got some Cowboy stuff. We've got some Spurs. The schedule, speaking of the Spurs, or part of it, has been released. And, they're getting every major holiday, just about. We'll talk about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to ask you a question. What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? Well, you've come to the right place because for this month only, you buy a Connecticut water softener, you're going to get that free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. Plus, you're going to get 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning products. Think about that for a minute. It means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for 5 full years. Think about how much laundry detergent is. And every time you buy it, how much money you have to lay down for that, or shampoo, or body wash, or any of that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that for 5 years. Think about the money that you are going to save. And you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water. It helps protect the plumbing and appliances, and it's built to be the last water softener you're ever going to own. But again, this offer expires on August 31st. It's only for this month. That's it. So once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package will be gone. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today. Get better water, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time Connecticut offer. Give Connecticut a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at connecticutsa.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
The Cowboys are back on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Preseason action starts Saturday.
Knock the ball! Touchdown to Pickens!
The Cowboys and the Seahawks. Pregame at 6. Kickoff at 7.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown Cowboys!
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If alcohol or drug use is hurting you or someone you love, you are not alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. There is help. There is hope. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741 or visit cicada.org.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice, talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Well, I guess she's the gift that keeps on giving. Or she's persistent, one of the two. We're talking about the mayor of San Antonio, Gina Ortiz-Jones, who has scheduled an additional listening session this Friday. And because that's in advance of the vote by City Council on Monday, maybe one more listening session will convince all those council people that are opposed to this that, well, it's worth voting for.
Has any council member actually gone to one of these?
That's a good question. I do not know the answer to that.
I did see your buddy Michael Carlos report that one dude, what's his name, Jalen McKee?
District 2, yes.
He is going to support the mayor on this.
That is true. I'm not sure. Well, I guess District 2 is it on the south side around W.W. White? I'm thinking somewhere in there. I'll find out. But if somebody lives in that district and your city councilman, and you know that, are you okay with it?
Well, and again, I know, I think Kesa has it right. I mean, what does she need, 6?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
So she's got 2. She's got to sway 4.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Well, there were 3 the other day that came out pretty strongly against it. So what does that leave? That's 5. So there's she's got to get 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And she knows it. And she has said that. She knows it. And for the life of me, I don't understand why she is dying on this hill. The only thing that I can think of is she's got some massive supporter that is so against this, they're making her do this, and so at least she can say, well, I tried. It makes no sense to me. Now, we've been talking about this. Our Eloy is calling in now, 210-656-ESPN. He was at the first listening session. We were out in Oxnard, California, and didn't listen. But we were getting your tweets, Eloy, while we were sitting at the Runner Room playing with Sea Lions.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, so to answer your question, I believe McKee Rodriguez, I believe his district's where the Frostbank Center's at currently. So I think that has something to do with where he's kind of voting against or voting for it. But yeah, I was the first listening session. I actually did get to ask a question, Jason.
Okay.
I was the second question that I asked, but she gave me a long-winded answer. Because I asked her, I said, look, I'm a city voter. I voted in the election. Are you saying my vote didn't count? And then she tried to answer. I said, well, I'm not done. My second part of that question is, if we're going to start putting things back on the ballot, why don't we put you back on the ballot and see what happens? She didn't really like that, and that's probably why she didn't call any Spurs fans after that. But she gave long-winded answers, and then when she would call on other folks in the room, she, by name, she knew them by name. Oh, I remember you. She had, of course, her fans. There were a few folks there that would say they loved her, they think she's great. But my takeaway from the whole first listening session was it's a last-ditch effort. It's their last stand. She brought up the speed bump. She brought up all those things. And then when somebody would ask a question that was kind of questioning about where the money would go, she would kind of just give long-winded answers and kind of skip around. But yeah, I think she's doing it just to maybe leap into another area of politics. She's going to use this eventually for her campaign ads, even though I don't think it's smart.
Well, I agree, and thanks for the updates, because when Eloy was there, he was texting us.
Tweeting.
Or tweeting
Good
us
Lord,
updates.
could you imagine if that guy had your phone number?
Oh, yeah, geez. Well, throw in some free airline tickets or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't have that kind of pull.
Yeah, we appreciated that because he was keeping us updated on what was going on with that. And so, again, there is one more, and I'm not even sure, it's on North Main somewhere. On Friday night. So if you're so inclined, you want to go to that. But if you are against it and you want to ask the mayor some questions, I suggest you don't wear any Spurs paraphernalia.
I wouldn't. And again, sometimes you see things, you hear things, and you just wonder why. What was the thought behind it? And these listening sessions, this trying to rally for another vote and everything behind it, you just scratch your head, kind of like everybody today when they saw the Philadelphia Eagles social media feed. The Philadelphia Eagles tweet out a great video of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception. And the caption on it said, right on cue, right?
And maybe that's why Jalen doesn't throw the ball over the middle very much, because that's what he did, and it was picked off. I think the social media person had the right idea in mind. The heart was in the right place. It just came across with a thud.
No,
because the defensive back was
Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah,
so Q, which makes sense.
Trying to compliment Q, and ended up throwing Jalen Hurts under the bus.
Right on cue, and it's Jalen Hurts throwing an interception, and it wasn't even a good pass. It was a great interception by Mitchell. Q. Do you think that person gets fired or just gets cussed out?
Well, I think probably it would depend. Is this the first time this has happened, or is this is it a trend? I think you probably say, look, you maybe think about that before you do that again. And you made our quarterback look really bad.
Yeah, well, and again, I'm like, all right. Before you tweet it, I will approve all your tweets now.
Yes,
that's the memo from the boss.
Could very well be.
It is comical, though. It is comical. And the internet is having a field day with right on cue.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts. And you go, what were you thinking? I mean, I get it. You're trying to compliment the defender. But you got to realize how bad that makes your quarterback look.
Well, and you've got to know who the guy that picked the ball off is, because just looking at
Eagle fans don't give a damn based on the comments, which, by the way, is a fun read when you're sitting on the throne a little bit later. Just go read those comments.
They don't like him anyway. Remember when we were in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
The Eagles having a hell of a year, and I think that's the year they won the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts was not a popular guy at that time. I'm sure that kind of ended some of the bad words when he won a Super Bowl, but I don't think they're big fans of him there. And you see something like that, and just on the first look at it, it's like, man, they're throwing Hurts under the bus.
Again, now, newsflash, quarterbacks throw interceptions. Quarterbacks throw interceptions in practice.
Yes, they do. And in games.
And in training camp. Dak Prescott has thrown interceptions.
Really? I didn't think he ever threw an interception.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Dak?
Not
Dak.
Although I'm trying to think, as the Cowboys, and again, it's the cute headline too, right on cue.
Yes.
If they would have said, nice pick, Mitchell, maybe it doesn't come across as right on cue, our quarterback throwing an interception when it matters most.
The Dak interception could have been, wait, is this the playoffs?
Playoff Prescott practicing.
It probably wasn't Jalen's fault. The receiver probably ran a bad route.
Did you see the throw?
Yes, it was a whack, whack, a duck. It was horrible. Whack, whack. It was a wobbly old duck.
When the ducks quack, feed them.
Well, he fed Q.
He fed Twitter. And we all appreciated it.
We do.
I mean, just hammered left and right.
And a guy, no offense, Eagle fan, although if you take some, it's okay. I hate the Eagles. Always have hated the Eagles. And if everything bad happens to them this year, so be it.
What, Pledge? Why do you yell at us through the glass knowing damn well we can't hear you?
I just said, see, he is a Cowboys fan.
Oh, he is.
Well, no, I've always hated the Eagles. The Eagles suck. Don't like the Eagles. I mean, the Giants are fine. The Command Skins or Redskins or whatever you want to call them.
Hate them with a passion.
Well, I mean, it's like the team that I hate the most is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I hate them too.
And they give me another reason because they bring back that bum Aaron Rodgers. So now I love hating those guys. It's perfect. I hope they never win a game. Hope they lose them all.
All of them.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Well,
they played the Jets.
Well, this is true. This is true. Before or after Aaron Glenn gets fired?
Man. When's the opener? Will Aaron Glenn get fired after a preseason loss?
Isn't that the truth? I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I mean, the guy was
a nice guy, too.
He is a nice guy. But, the Jets just suck, and I don't know if there's any way to get them out of sucking. It's just people have tried, but it's just like I just don't know what you do with them. I think they're cursed. The Cleveland Browns are cursed. I don't know how you break that curse.
The Cleveland Browns announced that Deshaun Watson will get the start in preseason game number 1. Shedeur Sanders will get the start in preseason game number 2.
Well, how nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And wait till you hear what Shedeur's dad is doing at the University of Colorado.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. I think you might have two heads exploding out here instead of just mine. We'll talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area, they have extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic, Learn more online at tsaog.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic is coming to the Silverhorn Golf Club Monday, September 21st. Registration opens Monday at sasportstar.com. The first 20 who register on Monday, August 17th, receives a free Yingling golf towel. Mark your calendar for Monday, August 17th, and be the first to register for the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic. See you there.
Still using the I got a guy approach for your digital marketing? Relying on one person in today's rapidly shifting online landscape is costing you more in lost opportunities. You need the deep bench expertise of Conrex Digital. We provide more than just a presence. We deliver results. From high converting websites and SEO to engaging social content and lead generation on Google and Meta, we handle it all. Dominate your competition with expert programmatic and streaming TV campaigns. Bold marketing, real results. Visit conrexdigital.com. Conrex Digital makes it happen.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus zero down, zero interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is Cowboys sideline reporter Christy Scales, and you're listening to South Texas's home for Dallas Cowboys football. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Thank you, Christy. One of the nicest people in the whole world, Christy Scales. She's something else, and I guess you'll be able to hear her Saturday night.
Saturday night, listen to the Cowboys taking on the Sea Chickens right here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
We got football tomorrow night.
We do.
Preseason football, including the Houston Texans. We're going to get to see a lot of Davis Mills, I'm assuming.
I hope we get to see some Madison Beer.
Herbert's not going to play. Maybe they'll be on the sideline making out.
It's possible.
Yeah, that'd be all right, I guess. Sure, they could, have a little picnic table.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
She could be rubbing his locks. Everybody was trying to make that. I guess Joe Burrow had his girlfriend out at practice.
Uh-huh.
The difference was they were just sitting there. There was no I love you. I can't wait to see you.
Did you see the video that Jackson Dart's girlfriend posted announcing that she's going to the Giants practice?
No.
Well, go find that one. It's
really?
Worth the watch.
What's her name?
Who cares?
Well, I don't know. How am I going to look her up if I don't know?
Jackson Dart's girlfriend.
I will look it up.
Easy enough. Just Google Jackson Dart girlfriend will be the first thing that comes up.
You think so? Maybe not the first thing. I don't know.
Definitely the first thing.
Okay. All right. Carry on, Minix.
The University of Colorado is holding a top secret open practice. Now, we've saw the Texans try to do this. The Buffaloes have gone even further. Fans and media have to turn in their cell phones. They will be collected and bagged at the gate, returned afterwards to the fans and the reporters. Your cell phones, your tablets, your cameras, your video equipment, audio recorders, smart glasses, and any other recording-capable devices are prohibited. Now, for the media, Now, granted, I don't know how you do this, but you're in the media. Our job is to report, right? That's what a reporter's job is. It's in the name.
Yes.
Right? No documentation. No note-taking of any kind, written, typed, dictated, or otherwise. No photography, no video, no audio recording, sketching, or diagramming. No live coverage, no live posting, or real-time updates. The following may not be reported or characterized in any way during or after practice. So you can't even talk about what you saw according to them.
Well, who the hell's going to stop you if I go out and say, you know what, are they going to revoke my credential?
Probably. Injuries, player participation status, limited or modified participation, or the presence of any player in a non-contact jersey. You can't talk about depth chart rotations, personnel groupings, or position changes, offensive or defensive scheme, formation alignments, play call signals, or terminology. Can't talk about any trick plays, special teams looks, or situational packages. Individual player performance in team or competitive period. Any tactical, strategic, or personnel information of any kind. Hell, can we report the feels like temperature?
No. You can't.
Well, you're going to have to because you can't have a device to give you the real temperature, so all you can do maybe is the feels like. It's open for viewing purposes only.
See, I don't know, and honestly, if you're a reporter, why are you showing up? I wouldn't. And I'm going to be interested to see if some of the outlets that cover Colorado push back on this a little bit, because that's ridiculous. If you cover this team, if you're the beat writer for the Buffaloes, I mean, you got to be just livid that you can't do anything. Now, look, I get the whole if there's trick plays, if there's, but just to say, hey, you know what, Joe Smith out there looking pretty good right now at left tackle. I mean, something. It's going to be interesting to see if somebody pushes back on this.
Quote, nothing observed at practice may be reported. If so, expect revocation of credentials.
Wow. Well, there has to be pushback on this. There's going to have to be.
Why open it then?
Exactly.
Why open it?
Yeah,
close practice.
Yeah.
Now I look at it like a lot of places do this during season. I'm trying to think what the UTSA policy is. For TV guys. I think you can do some video for the first 20 minutes, then it's closed, you have to leave. You're not there, you can't report on anything that you don't see. But you have a certain amount of time where you do get to observe. But if you're having an open practice, it is open. If you're allowing reporters to go watch, their job is to report. And then what happens, is, I noticed this. You were working Reinagel at left guard instead of tackle. Hey, Coach, what was the thought process there? Are we looking at, that's where questions come from.
Right. There's got to be a little pushback on this. I can't believe that Dion would do that. And I'm okay with it. If you're going to say, hey, yeah, because look, we need, especially in TV, you need a little more video than guys stretching.
Well, that's all you get. So, actually, you don't even get that here.
Well, I'm just saying. So going back to UTSA, if they open up practice for 15, 20 minutes, that's fine. You get some of that. But, I mean, Jeff Traylor's smart enough to know he's not going to pull out, all his trick plays in that first 20 minutes. He's going to wait until the media leaves.
Yep.
And most coaches will do that. And I'm cool with that. That's fine with me. I'm all right. Then you talk about stuff after practice and what's going on. But to just completely open up practice for fans and media and then not allow them to say anything, that to me is just dumb.
It is ridiculous. Although, after hearing Christian Parker, the new defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, tell us that he has looked for video for media members just to get different angles and different looks. Enough coaches must be doing that they're paranoid enough to where they don't want it. And my goodness, if you can't, if I guess you're always looking for any kind of nugget. But if you're a coach and looking for that, or hey, what are you hearing over there? Then you're probably not doing your job. You probably shouldn't be the coach. I mean, all film is valuable, and the Cowboys let everything get filmed. Although I say that, the good stuff, there are closed practices in Oxnard that we're not allowed to go to.
That's true.
It happens every day. There's one that's open and one that's closed. I'm guessing, when they go inside the Ford Center, when they're in Frisco and not outside where there's hotel rooms that you can actually see the field, office buildings that, if you've ever seen that facility, if you've been to it or you've seen videos of it where the Cowboys practice fields are, that's a big-ass office building.
Yeah.
That's not all Dallas Cowboys employees. They rent that space to other businesses. If you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you could open up an insurance agency and get an office with a view of the practice fields if you wanted to, right? There's nothing stopping that. So I know that Mike McCarthy used to say, all right, certain stuff they did inside where it's private. There's ways to get that extra work in where nobody is going to see it. I get you don't want everything out there, but this is way too extreme.
Well, this is way too. You're exactly right. And again, there's a happy medium here, or medium. The other day when we were in Cowboys camp, we get that email saying no video. And the reporters lost their minds, went to Jerry Jones, and that ended like that.
Less than 20 minutes.
I mean, it was like, bam, quick. Now, not every team is like that. But because, again, they couldn't – well, the Rams, obviously, yesterday, guys were not able to shoot plays or do anything like that. And to an extent, I'm okay with it. And I know every coach is paranoid as hell. There's not one out there that's not. And if they say they are, they might not be telling you the whole truth. They're all paranoid. But there are ways to do it. And if you've got special plays or special formations or whatever that you don't want anybody to see, again, I'm with you. You can work on those things without anybody there in a closed practice that's not open. But if you're opening up practice, you got to open it up for everything.
It's and if you report on something, you can no longer cover the team.
Are they going to watch every newscast, every radio station, every?
I'm sure they do.
You think all of them?
I mean,
I don't know what Boulder is. It where's Boulder? Is it close to?
Well, I'm sure Denver stations cover them, and the papers there.
Yeah.
I mean, we know the Cowboys listen in here, and they follow us on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, they pay attention. We'll see. It's just the goofiest of goofy. We get preseason football tomorrow night.
That's incredible.
It's. I mean, there's several games tomorrow, including the Houston Texans
against the L.A. Chargers.
Yes.
And again, Madison Beer. I'm sure she'll be there if Justin's there because they can't stand to be apart for a few minutes.
Stop.
And again, look, she's gorgeous. There's no question about that. She's absolutely beautiful. I just don't like seeing the lovey-dovey, kissy face on the sidelines.
There you go, Grandpa.
When you're Grandpa, nothing. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Can you imagine a guy like Bill Parcells allowing something like that? He'd put his foot so far up Justin Herbert's ass, he wouldn't be able to breathe. I mean, there are old school guys that wouldn't allow that stuff. They just wouldn't. And so I guess I'm an old school guy.
Your Tennessee Titans are in action tomorrow night.
Woo, wow.
They take on San Francisco. Hey, that game's going to be on the NFL Network.
We'll see Mr. Mayonnaise play.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing host to the Green Bay Packers.
How about that? We got you hear Aaron Rodgers today. I saw an article that playing in the preseason's overrated.
That's not what he said.
He said something like that.
He said he doesn't need it now. Back in the day, he did. He doesn't need it now. Detroit at Cincinnati.
I'd put his old ass in there.
Cincinnati's supposed to be playing all their starters.
Well, Burrow and the wide receivers for sure. I did read that, yes.
Patriots, Colts, Raiders.
That's all tomorrow?
Yeah, those are tomorrow's games.
Jeez.
Raiders in Arizona.
Well, that might be worth watching. Mendoza's probably going to play.
Somehow Las Vegas is only a 1.5-point favorite over the Cardinals.
Dude, who cares?
What do you mean?
Are you kidding me? Cardinals won there. They're 1-0.
They are, and they look good doing it.
So, and maybe the Cardinals should be favored.
The Texans are a 1.5 favorite over the Chargers.
Oh, that's right. It was Carolina that won that game.
Yeah.
My bad. It's preseason, dude. Who cares? It was a hell of a football game, though. Tell you that.
It was so good you don't even remember the outcome, and neither did I. I didn't catch you. Pledge did.
I don't care.
Son of a
Whatever.
What do you mean? I'm excited to go home and watch a little football.
I want to watch. I would like to see Fernando Mendoza. I think that would be. I would like. I don't know if that's televised anywhere that we can watch it.
They're all on TV.
Are they?
Yes. For you.
Well, I guess they are. That's true.
Now,
what time does that game start?
7 o'clock.
Central?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know if they're in Vegas, and so it's at 5 o'clock in Vegas.
On my ESPN, it always gives me times in Central.
All right.
On ESPN Unlimited is what it says for TV. I don't know what that means.
I'm sure I can find that.
I find that on your ESPN.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
But all these are going to be on local channels, so on your box,
that's
you can find a Cincinnati or Detroit station, and you'll be able to watch that one. Houston and L.A. Who does the preseason games here? Probably one of the Sinclair stations, either CW or I don't know who has Houston in for the local TV. Is it KSAT? Pledge just gave me a finger.
Yeah, he sure did. It wasn't the number one finger, but he gave you a finger.
I know the Houston game will be on here locally. They always are. They should be. But I haven't seen any promotion for it.
WOAI.
So Channel 4, NBC is going to carry that? NBC.
Well, maybe not network. Is it a network game, NBC?
No, it's the local affiliate
that's what
broadcast.
I'm saying, sure.
Yeah. That means Indy Kalu should be working it tomorrow night.
Well, maybe he will
text
be.
Him.
That's right. It's about time for Indy to make an appearance on the Blitz.
Absolutely it is.
It's getting that close. It's football season.
I know, and the NBA keeps trying to tell us that these basketball games we should care about. I mean, I cared about hearing the opening day schedule and the Christmas Day schedule just a little bit, but seeing the Cup schedule today, seeing where the Spurs are going. The Spurs do have a couple of games overseas against New Orleans, which would be cool. They play on President's Day. They do not play on MLK Day because the day before they're playing overseas. That would be an incredible back-to-back if they were playing that day.
It is surprising to me that the NBA apparently is going to play on Thanksgiving Day, which surprises the hell out of me, quite frankly, because, number one, it's November, and it's hard to give a damn about NBA basketball in November, but going head-to-head against the NFL on Thanksgiving Day, don't they usually take that day off, the NBA?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what happens because not only are there great NFL games, there are great college football games on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And the NBA has told me for my entire life that their season really starts on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Now, the NFL has taken that away from them, but opening night, and typically, now granted, this year for the San Antonio Spurs, it might be different. For the last several years, opening night, first couple games, and then you kind of pay attention to them a little bit until football is over, which typically around Christmas Day is when you really start getting into the Spurs. This year, I do think it will be different. The interest level for the Spurs is, I don't want to say an all-time high, but this is probably going to be the most anticipated Spurs season in a decade, right? Because even when Tim Duncan was playing in the Big Three and they were winning championships, because we just expected them to always be there at the end, you didn't really have to care all that much during football season. And then we went through the downtimes, and you realized how special that was, and we took it for granted. As Spurs fans, we took them for granted, the greatness that Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker were for that long stretch. And so I think because of the success of last year, this year's season will be so much different. Every game, I just think you'll embrace this race for safes a little bit more than last year was such a surprise. This year, the anticipation and excitement level is going to be maybe it is true to say an all-time high.
Well, the expectation is going to be high. Where you're right, it wasn't last year. Nobody expected. They expected the Spurs to be better. I certainly did.
Yeah, 6 seed.
But nobody anticipated a finals run. Nobody, as evident by our vacation plans. But and nobody anticipated that. This year, yeah, you should anticipate that. I mean, why not get back to the NBA Finals? And that expectation should be there day one. So it will be interesting. A pledge says they play the Lakers on Black Friday, so the Friday after Thanksgiving. Okay. I know there's a lot of college football then, and there is some NFL then as well. But, look, Spurs fans are going to watch that. There's no question.
This is the new owners, the $12.5 billion show.
They play on Black Friday, Texas and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Again, I love the Spurs. I do. I think the expectations, but if football. I have a choice between Texas versus Texas A&M and the Spurs and the Lakers for the Cup final, probably watching football. Just saying.
Not the final, just the final game of group play.
Oh, just the okay.
Same
well, then
damn
that makes it that much better.
Not really.
I'm probably watching Texas A&M.
Not probably.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not probably. Don't lie to the people.
Well, yes. I'll
second TV, Ryan Eagle.
No, not doing that. Why? Because I'm not going to watch it anyway.
Well, if you got two TVs, it'd be on mute.
I'll put it on my phone.
You know, it'd be Sean Elliott and TBD on that broadcast.
Well, that's great.
Or actually, it'd probably be a national broadcast.
And I was just going to say, let's put some odds on whether Sean Elliott would be there on Black Friday. It might be somebody else.
Well, if it's a national game.
Filling in. But if it's a national game,
Danny Green, you're up.
Yep, Danny Green or somebody. Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
Matt Bonner, are you bored?
Lots to talk about as it is that time of year. I love it. And obviously it's been exciting around here with the battle that's going on.
Fred Villarreal on our YouTube
What'd he say?
Jason and Joe, you guys need to read up on the Cup groups.
Why?
Fred, I don't give a damn about the Cup.
I really don't either.
I don't care. It's another game on the schedule in my mind. I don't care.
It doesn't make a difference to me. I get what the NBA was trying to do, but to me, it doesn't add any more excitement than a regular game in November. That's all that it is. Lots going on, including our mayor who continues to fight a battle that nobody understands why. So we'll probably have some more of that tomorrow as well. I know Pledge has an hour coming up, I believe. Extra Innings with Pledger. That's coming up next year on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Join AJ and Rob on the AJ and Rob Show. They'll get you started at 6 o'clock in the morning, and Minix and I will be right back here at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
San Antonio Sports Star.